Hoo-ah, hoo-ah. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to Bagel Time with Bruce. How you guys doing? I got my t-shirt in. I have a hood. I've got a sweatshirt that came in. Yay! I can actually wear clothing that has something to do with this channel. It's it's a big day for me today. Hope you don't mind. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Welcome welcome all to Stock Markets with Bruce. Another day of fun and merriment as we move along. I think we might have a big day today on GameStop, but I'm not sure how the first half hour is going to go. Does that kind of tell you how I'm feeling? I'm feeling good about the GameStop story. I'm feeling really good about the GameStop stock, where it's going, and it's got great days ahead. I'm just wondering in the first half hour what's going to happen with the shenanigans with these players who are attacking the company shares and so on and so forth. Now, today the stock will trade under a short sale restriction mode for the whole day today. If, of course, the shares drop in price, what did they close last night? Around 208 or something like that. If they drop $20 to the 180 level, something like that, 178, 180, they will go into a short sale restriction for obviously the rest of the day as it is, but tomorrow as well. That could happen, but I'm not saying it will, but I'm not saying it won't. What I'm wondering about is, will there be an attacker coming into the stock like we've had the last several days, where we have just out and out, machine gun selling, just hit any bid you can see, just shoot, sell. Doesn't matter what you get it for, what you sell it for. The lower you get it, the better you get it, has been the mentality by some sellers lately, for about the last week, from 348 down to 172 now, a couple of times roughly. What happens this morning? Do they take a run at it to try to drop it to 150, 140, 120, 180 bucks? I don't know. How much buying power is on GameStop behind the bids? Like, are there buyers for a ton of stock at 201 and 200? Is there any interest at 195, 190, 185, 180, and all the way down? Is the 172 wall, and I don't know if there is a wall, is it much of a thing? If someone comes in with 500,000 shares through 4 different brokerage houses, 125,000 each house, at market sell orders simultaneously, which is what they do. It's all computerized. You just hit the computer, hit the button, and the computer fires the orders in. In 5 minutes, could the shares drop $50 a share, $80 a share? I don't know. There will come a point in time where that kind of a sell order will fail to move the markets all that much, only because there are millions wanted and only hundreds of thousands for sale, or millions available, but many millions more would like to be purchased. I can't answer, because I'm not on the floor. I'm not part of the New York Stock Exchange. I'm just an observer from the outside. As you know, I'm commenting to you on what I think is going on and what I see happening, but I'm not sure how it's going to play out. By the way, thank you. All of you are becoming members this morning. Thank you. These green bars that are coming across, that signifies a new member to this channel, and members can comment here, of course, and members will get advance updates from yours truly. If I add a stock to my stock pick list, a stock I like, members get first dibs. You'll get an alert at least 24, 48 hours before the rest of the channel, through either a private text, which is member-only texting, or member-only email, and or a video that I'll make just for sponsor members. And so if you want to be in on the what Bruce likes now, what new stock he's following or would recommend to you, become a member, and you'll be in the front of the line to get the word on what's going on before everyone can just watch one of my videos and see what's happening, one of my live shows. So thank you, all of you, for joining in. Fantastic. It's great to hear. The comment section is so much more civilized now. It's so much nicer. Fantastic. So thank you, everybody, for coming in, and also those of you doing super chats like this. Thank you so much. Going to pick up some of these stocks. Yes, the stimulus money is coming in. A lot of you have mentioned to me that you've received your dough. You've heard about your dough. Thank you, Brad, for becoming a member. Johnny too, and you want to pick up some stuff. I got it. Alexander, thank you. There's probably I'm going to guess at least 150 billion will come into this market this week, next week. I mean, there's a lot of money coming into the market, a ton, and it's not coming to the market through. Thank you, Antoinette. It's not coming through hedge fund managers. It's coming into this market through individual investors, and that's what I think is happening here. It is a nice T-shirt, don't you think? So yes, we're going to see a lot of cash coming into this market. I mean, a ton. And yeah, some people will chase certain stocks that we follow. Others will chase their favorites, whatever it is. But there's a lot of cash coming into this stock market that the market is anticipating. It knows it's coming. And it'll be sloshing around. And some of that money will be day trading money. So it'll be just flipping over in and out, in and out. And some of it is longer term money. Some of it's medium term money. That's just the way it's going to be. I woke up, opened the video. First thing I hear is Bruce that the stock could go down to 80. Thanks for the morning heart attack. I'm just telling you you got to know this. You guys have got to know what I'm thinking about in plain English. I am warning you. Stock was 348 a week ago, went to 172 in 25 minutes with 5 trading halts. Was that a heart attack? Hello, it was the middle of the morning. I'm just giving you heads ups that if you want to buy the dip, if you think there's a chance we have a dip coming here, I'm telling you now, put your order in and get your order in at whatever you think a good deal is for a dip. Thank you, Albert, and thank you, Jane, for becoming members of this channel. So if you think 201 is a great price, put your order in. If you think it's 192, put your order in. If you think it 173, just ahead of the 172 lows we've been experiencing lately, you think there's a big wall at 170, 71, 72, you put in a buy order at 173 for whatever you want. And if you get hit, you get hit, and hey, you got it. But is that the low? I don't know. Will it break that? I don't know. How do I know? How many shares are coming in from a organized attacker that wants to do anything? Will any come in? It's 209 right now, up $1.50. Will it go to 250 this morning because it does the opposite? Like it's a George Costanza. The stock is a George Costanza. It does the opposite of what one would think. I'm just repeating and letting you know that, guys, I'm reminding you, you know what's been happening the last several days. We've all watched it. We've all seen it. Some of you have taken advantage of these dips to grab deals, right? Vash, thank you so much for becoming a member. And also Lynn, thank you. I'm trying to give shout outs to all new members. It's the least I can do. Thank you so much. 211 right now. So here's a George Costanza. It's 211. Is it going to 250 on the pre-market? Will it go to 300 mid-morning? Is it going to be 350 this afternoon? Anything is possible. You know that with this stock. You all know this. If you're following me, you know the volatility of GameStop. You also know that I believe in the company long term. Okay, I'm not here as an overnight flip specialist. I'm here as if I'm here on GameStop, I'm talking to you about GameStop long-term upside, long-term plan to convert the company into an e-commerce company long-term. But in the meantime, be prepared to tolerate, whether you like it or not, the volatility of the stock, because it's volatile. Now, I got other news for you. I have other thoughts, okay? Get your coffees, calm down, relax. It's going to be a great show. Diz, thank you for becoming a member. Love you. Rick, thank you for becoming a member. You guys are coming in here and just verifying what it is I thought we should be doing, making this chat area, a safe place to be, male, female, old, young, you name it. Believer, non-believer, long, short, whatever you are. This is great. Paula, how do we become a member? Paula, if you're trying to become a member, you're trying to figure out how to become a member and you don't see a join button, it's probably you're on a cell phone device that is in an Android mode or whatever mode you're in. You need to get to a device or use your device in Windows just temporarily. Get a Windows set up so that you can go into YouTube to my channel. you'll find a join button. You might have to go to the about section of my channel, or where the subscribe button is. Normally on here on my laptop, it's right there. That's the subscribe button. There should be a join button beside it. Or if you're on my homepage, you'll find that button up there. You'll find a join button up there beside the subscribe button in Windows mode. Okay, Paul, I hope that makes sense to you. Because again, certain devices and certain platforms, it's not yet working, or it's not yet set up, or I don't know. I don't understand it. I'm just a little old YouTuber sitting in front of the computer saying, please like me. Thank you for trying to join me. Ostrike, morning, Bruce. Have you seen how small the penalties have been for inaccurate self-reporting of short positions to FINRA? I've heard about it, Ostrike. I've heard it. I haven't seen it. I don't look at that kind of stuff. But yes, I've heard the word, but I think there are changes coming. I'm going to talk about this shortly. Josh, Stymie hit this morning, already put into my brokerage account to buy the dip on GameStop. There you go. A lot of people are thinking about this. Thomas, Dunsendorfer, Thomas, welcome. That sounds German to me, or Austrian. Cameron Cropper has also become a member. A couple of new members. Thomas and Cameron are in the house, guys. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party, pal. Fantastic. I'm glad you're here, and I so appreciate all of you. What's going here? I'm interested in stocks, but mainly here for the bagels. I love you, Bruce. Thank you, buddy. Fantastic. Getting so many of you are reaching out to me with private messages on my email, and you couldn't be kinder. You couldn't be nicer to me. You're sending all of your best wishes to myself and Jennifer. And I read them to her. I just read. Here's another one, and I read her comment, and she just, just shakes her head and goes, "Wow, that's great." Like another one. Yeah, she is overwhelmed in a very positive way. She's humbled. She'll talk to friends or email friends, and they're wondering what's happening, how's it going, how you doing, and she just kind of goes, wow, is what she just goes, it's wow. And we're excited, and they're excited. They hear about what you great people are doing here, and how you're following us. And oh man, 213 on GameStop. They're all saying, what happens if GameStop goes to $500 a share? And she goes, I don't know. Because she'll say, he'll be talking to 10,000 people, and then the stock does something incredible, and next thing you know, he's talking to 20,000 people. Like, what happens if the stock goes to 500 a share? Is he going to be talking to 40,000 people? Like, we don't know. It's unbelievable. And then of course they worry as well. If you have more people following you, does that mean you have some more crazies? And we go, well, it's the price you pay when you become a more followed. You get followed by all kinds, and what are you going to do? So we're doing the best we can with what we got. Anyway, thank you, everybody. Dustin, thank you, Dustin, for making the commitment to the channel. I appreciate this. I will try not to let you down. Thank you for the super sticker here, HUF 349. I have no idea what that means, but I thank you. Naeem, thank you for showing support to this channel as well in your own way, and I appreciate it. Okay, thank you, guys. More info I want to talk to you about. Failure to deliver. I want to talk about this because a lot of you don't know what this means, and I'm learning about it every day myself. By the way, 214 on GameStop, up another $1, so it's now up $6. It's great. I love seeing this first thing in the morning. I love seeing this pre-opening, don't you? Isn't it great? Swillery, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you so much. Emily, thank you for becoming a member. Oh my gosh, Emily, thank you. That's awesome. Welcome to the party, Emily. That's great. L4G Custom, $5 donation. Thank you, Bruce. You the man on a bit of criticisms. Stymie is pronounced as Stimmy. I keep going. Yeah, thank you. Boomer to Zoomer, I thank you. Stimmy money, the stimulus, of course. I'm looking at that going, Stymie, old school, born in the 50s. He's so out of it. He's just, the world has passed him by. He knows nothing. Thank you. Pyromania, thank you for becoming a member, Mr. or Mrs. P, Mr. or Miss P. Thank you for that, which I appreciate. The again, another member. Welcome, all of you. Thank you. All right, failure to deliver. All right. Let's go. Oh man, this topic. I'm trying to find a way to tell you about this topic in such a way that you can comprehend the grandeur of this problem, the how big this thing is, how this isn't a GameStop story only. This is not just a GameStop story. This is an entire systemic market story. I can only try to equate it almost to 2008, and a lot of you don't know about 2008, which again I understand because of the timing. Alexander, have you heard about the negative adjusted beta that reached the score of -8? Can you explain what it does mean? I have no idea what that means, my friend. I don't know what you're referring to, and I have not heard about it. Jersey Todd, thank you. Jersey Todd, Censored Pixel, thank you. Faisal, thank you. All new members. Jersey, Censored, Faisal, you're all in, you're all here, and we Jen and I welcome you. CJ English, hey Bruce, love your show. Just say hi to my wife for me. Her name is Jenny Taylor. Thank you, Bruce. Jenny, JT, welcome. TLB is OP. Okay. There's all kinds of codes, and I don't know if these are good or bad. But thank you for the donation, and welcome, Jenny. Welcome to the show, the channel. Hope you're good. All right, failure to deliver. If this failure to deliver thingy that's hanging out there is what I'm beginning to guess it could be, we have got a massive situation on our hands, and it's not billions. It's not hundreds of billions. It could be trillions. It is. There's something happening here, and no one is reporting on it because no one really can. I can speculate on stuff like this because I'm not on a network on television. The restrictions they have, the sponsors they have. Wing Commander, thank you. I can talk about whatever I think I want to talk about, what I think's going on, and I'm not going to lose a sponsor because I don't have one. TH4, thank you, TH4, for becoming a member as well. So failure to deliver. Let me try to make this in real simple English, okay? If you're buying stock today with your broker, you have 2 days to pay your broker for the transaction. In theory, all right. Almost no broker, and I mean no broker, will allow you to open an account, put an order in to buy something, and they're going to wait 2 days for you to pay for it. It's not going to happen. You have to make a deposit, and you have to have enough money in your account if you're in a cash account to even do an order, so that you've prepaid for what you're going to buy. All right. So there's no 2 day settlement there. But the broker, with your buy order, you buy some GameStop today, the broker has 2 days to deliver your money for your trade to the clearinghouse to do their end of the bargain. On the sell side, the broker who took a sell order that your buy order partially took out or completely took out, depending on how many shares you wanted. If you want 1,000 shares, and you might be buying 1,000 shares from 5 sellers. One guy sold you 50, one guy sold you 150. You don't care. The sellers don't care. The clearinghouses are the ones who handle all this back office stuff. It's all done by computer. The sellers supposed to bring paper, the stock. They're supposed to bring the stock electronically to the clearinghouse so that the buying broker gets the shares they bought, the selling broker gets the money for the shares they sold, and the deal is a done deal. The clearinghouse is like a counter. There's one guy in the middle, and there's the buyer side of the room, and there's the seller side of the room, and there's the guy in the middle, and you got a person at this counter, a person at this counter handling the buyers and sellers, and the person in the middle handling all the accounting to keep the book straight. Which brokerage house is buying? Oh, that's Merrill Lynch buying GameStop. Oh, this is Robinhood selling. Okay, Robinhood's the seller, Merrill Lynch is the buyer. We're keeping notes, all on computer. It's all there. No human beings. Okay. Fair enough. Used to be human beings, and there used to be paper certificates. Not anymore. Now it's all electronic. All right, fine. Moving on. again, you bought, you don't care. You don't see any of this stuff. You'll never see any of this stuff. You sold, you don't see any of this stuff either. You just see on your little old telephone the confirmation that you got it, and then you look at your holdings and it shows you what you got. And if you're a seller, your holdings will show there's more cash in your account than there was a minute ago, but fewer stock. Over here on the buy side, you have more stock, less cash. Okay, there we go. No surprise. But what's also happening, while again, buyers and sellers are oblivious to the rest of it, at the clearinghouse, the DTCC, we have got many instances where the sellers are showing up and they're coming to get money, and they're coming in without paper. They're not coming in with their stock. They're coming in with maybe some of their stock, but not all of the stock. And at the end of the day, every brokerage house has buyers and sellers of many, many of their securities, of the securities that trade out there. And it could well be that Robinhood today will arrive at the clearinghouse from trades done 2 days ago. And Robinhood will say, we sold 100,000 shares in all of our portfolios, but all of our portfolios bought 80,000 GameStop shares. So actually, we're net sellers of 20,000 shares. When you look at us as a firm, we've internally given all of our buyers and sellers their reports. We're here at the clearinghouse. We sold 100,000 and we bought 80,000. So the one side of the ledger, GameStop, Robinhood pays for 80,000 shares of GameStop at whatever prices they bought it at. And on the other side of the counter, they're coming and saying, we sold 100,000 shares of GameStop at all these different prices, and we're expecting a check, an amount of money from the clearinghouse to represent the selling of 20,000 shares more than we bought. So we gave you money, now we're getting money, but we only have 80,000 shares to deliver. We don't have 100,000 to deliver. So the clearinghouse, what they do is they say, you're in a failure to deliver mode. You sold this 2 days ago. You don't have the paper. You owe us 20,000 shares. It's an IOU. We're putting that on your account. Here's your money in the meantime from the sale. Here's your money. And the buyers got their money for buying. They got their stock. They got their owed stock now. So there are brokers who are given 80,000 shares, and then there's some brokers who didn't get any stock. They're getting an IOU from the clearinghouse. So brokers leave having just dropped off a check with an IOU for stock that they're going to get from the clearinghouse. Brokers come in to pick up cash and leave IOUs for stock with the clearinghouse. And the clearinghouse keeps score of everybody and every share of every listed company, and they keep score. That's how the system is sort of set up in a very, very basic English way. Okay, I hope this is easy for you to understand. I'm really struggling to make sure I can say it right. Vance, Bruce, have you heard about the beta scores? I already did that. Thank you. I just want to say hi to people. Christopher, chat has changed, so let's give him a little nostalgia with the same questions like, hey, Bruce, insert question just answered here. Andrew, thank you, Andrew, for becoming a member. All right, give me a hard time. All right, we're at 216 on the stock. GameStop up 780. I'm happy. Are you happy? Let's just keep going. All right, I'll just keep talking. So now you know how the clearing system works. We have a whole bunch of brokers that are owed stock, and we have a whole bunch of brokers that are short stock. All right, and as the days go by, and the weeks go by, and the months go by, and in the case of GameStop, I'm going to bring it just down to GameStop now. Forget every other stock out there that has its own unique situations. Back to GameStop. Since January, when the market began to make its first move, and it was substantial, as you recall, from like $10, $15 a share after having been at $5 in October, September. It then went to 60, 80, 120, and all the way to 500 on the pre-market aftermarket, hit 483 on the actual exchange one time, came back all the way to 38.50, and now it's run back up again, and now we're in this 217 neighborhood. All right, we know all about that. This failure to deliver situation is getting more interesting in that as each day goes by and each week goes by, more shares have not been delivered. The fail to deliver number for GameStop has been rising. All right, now why and how is what's going on? Well, it's it's more and more evident that there's been a lot of selling going on by institutions who either were allowed to short stock, even though the underlying broker didn't have paper on hand, and the broker figured, we'll get you the stock, we'll cover you, we'll cover you in the meantime with our failure to deliver system. We have 21 days after we fail to deliver anywhere in that time frame. So the broker is thinking, we got buying and selling going on all the time, and sometimes we sell more than we buy, and sometimes for weeks we buy more than we sell. It varies depending on the company and the market and the movement and press releases of companies and annual meetings and all this stuff. This is just business. The SEC blesses it all, says, yeah, it's for liquidity, it's okay, just for liquidity purposes, we're fine. What they didn't do was put a limit on it. There's no percentage limit on the outstanding number of shares that actually exist versus how many failure to deliver you can have. There's no percentage with regards to free trading stock. There's no percentage with regards to the volume of the stock on a daily basis or anything like that. There's just no, because it was never considered a big deal, because in the past years, the failure to deliver numbers were generally small as opposed to compared to the size of the overall market. Just kind of give you an idea. Let me say a few more highs. Is it true Uncle Bruce is giving back the old days of trading, that you're still in the mindset of fundamentals? What about the squeezes? Nice job, buddy. Greens from Cologne, Germany. Thank you. Everybody, thank you for hanging in there. I got more to talk about here. Jay Ryan, thank you for becoming a member. Santorini, absolutely. And Danny, thank you for becoming a member as well. All of you new members, you're welcome here with open arms, and comment away. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you hear, and stand by for stock tips that you guys will get before anybody else. Stand by for videos that you'll get exclusively to you, and use emojis if you want. And more emojis are coming. And just we're early days. Thank you for becoming members of this channel. It's wonderful. All right, back to failure to deliver. So 21 days is what brokers have. And brokers were thinking, well, yeah, okay, we're short 10,000 shares. Big deal. I mean, 10,000 shares. We did 100,000 shares of business yesterday. Tomorrow, we'll be 10,000 the other way, and then we'll be flat. I mean, it's no big deal. It's if it's that small, no one cares. It's not an issue. It's not a factor. Even if 25 brokerage houses are short 1 million shares combined, it's no big deal. This is flow. This is just flow. All right. Because remember, brokerage firms make their money on volume. All right. They don't make their money necessarily on the value of the paper they're trading. They're making money on the amount of paper they're trading. Order flow. Paid for order flow. So if you buy and someone sells, it's 100 shares on each side, there are likely a few pennies coming out of each side. You didn't get the best price to buy it. They didn't get the best price to sell it, but within a quarter of a penny, half a penny, 3/4 of a penny, penny and a quarter, penny and a half, somewhere in there, you got a deal, and you paid no commish on top of the deal, which means you are getting a bargain today. You're buying stock of GameStop, and it costs you 35 cents in lost opportunity for 100 shares. Who cares? I used to charge a $50 minimum commission just to put an order in. So yeah, you're not paying those minimums anymore. My name is Jonas. Thank you for becoming a member. Max Lacrosse is a member, and SnapBets is a member. 3 new members. Thank you, all of you, for coming on, and I encourage all of you to join in. So coming back to this failure to deliver, it's no big deal. It happens all the time and whatever. But when you have a situation like we had 3 weeks ago today, 3 weeks ago today, Wednesday, that was the day. I keep going back to it. We heard before that day, I think we heard the day before, Tuesday, maybe Monday, somebody picked up 50,000 shares at $38.50 a share that we all know and love. The guy who says I'm not a cat. And he picked up 50,000 shares to double his position and advertised it on Twitter and said, I bought 50,000 more stock at $38.50. I'm trapped in the 18th century. Help, has become a member. Welcome to the 21st century, and thanks for joining us. When that happened, the stock went right up into the 40s, and on the Wednesday, the shares were trading between 44 and 48 bucks a day. 48 bucks a share all day long. And I did my morning show for 3 hours. It was very quiet. And I came back for my afternoon show 1 hour before the close until 1 hour after the close. And it started off very quietly. The stock was 47, 48 bucks a share. And I was looking at going, oh, it's 47, 48. And then it got to 49. And I thought, oh, we've only had 16 million shares trade, but it's at $49. I wonder if it'll take a run to 50. I wonder. And lo and behold, 49.25, 49.50, 49.75, just inching along. But then miraculously, out of nowhere, the stock went back to 45, 46 bucks. Just a wave of selling came in. And then over the next 2-3 minutes, it came up again. It came back to 49.50, 49.50. And the volume was picking up. Oh, so you had 18 million trade, 20 million trade. There were 22 million traded. This is all in minutes. I'm going, whoa, something's going on here. There's something big going on here. And sure enough, it took 50 million shares of buying power to break the $50 barrier. And it broke. We finally saw a print at $49.99 and 50 and $49.98 and $49.99 and 50 and then 40 and then 50, 10, 50, 50, 51, 50, 54, $55 2 minutes later. In like 2 minutes, it went up $5. All day, it couldn't go up $5, but in 2 minutes, it went to 55. And then 2 minutes later, 60 and a halt. $60 halted. Then it opened up and went to 72, halted again, all in minutes, until 15 minutes to go before the day, 45 minutes into my show, the stock was $91, gets halted with 15 minutes to go in the day, and it didn't reopen. The day went past, the market closed at 2 o'clock Eastern time, whatever it was. Whatever it was, Eastern, 4 o'clock Eastern. And the show's and the day's done. And the stock had traded 70-something million shares. When I joined in the last hour, it was at 16 million. It was now 70-something million. And it was 91 bucks a share. And there was a 100-to-1 imbalance, buy to sell. Absolutely unbelievable. And we found out shortly thereafter that apparently, hi, Paul, thank you for joining me. We found out that there were about 40 to 50 million shares shorted that day. Shorted to keep the stock under 50. Keith, thank you, Keith Betty, for joining me as a member. That's what we heard. That's what we heard on Thursday, on Friday. Now, Friday, the 2 days after that, was settlement day. Settlement day. Buyers showed up with their money. Sellers show up with their stock. That's what's supposed to happen. But there was a shortage of stock. There was no delivery made for most of what was shorted, because the brokers didn't have it. The hedge funds didn't have it. Whoever the sellers were, and I'm speculating that they were a collection of a bunch of hedge fund operators who had already been shorting stock from 150, 200, all the way down. They were just riding this baby back. They were expecting this stock to go back to 20 bucks because they believed all the media hype that small retail investors like you were the problem, making it go up in the first place. And that now you guys are going to just sell out and be wiped out and be in debt forever. And this thing's going to go back to 20 bucks a share and then just go to sleep. And no one's ever going to talk about GameStop again. That's what these hedge funds were convinced was going to happen when they started shorting it. Even in the 300-400 range, they were driving that market back because everybody was trying to catch their breath. What's going on? Why is this thing doing what it's doing? Is this real? Is this real? Is this what's happening? And people are watching the short reports that were showing fewer shares shorted to the point where, from 70 million short, we were all of a sudden we're down to 16, 20 million shares short. And the hedge funds are going, great, this is the way we want it. But the stock went the other way. It went from 38.50. That's as low as it got, kind of. And then it went back to 40.45. And they were thinking, well, we can kill it, keep it under 50. We'll kill it back. We'll get it back to 20 bucks. And they were prepared to back up their bet that they were right. And they put up 50 million shares of money to do this. Or in other words, they put up the margin to short 50 million approximately. I'm guessing of the actual number. I don't know the actual specific number, but I'm just throwing out there 50 million were sold to try to not let it go over 50 bucks a share, and it didn't work. And so you do the math At $50 a share times 50 million, you got $2.5 billion of stock being sold just to not have the market go up. Friday they didn't deliver. It was a failure to deliver, which means a 21-day clock has started 3 weeks ago. 21-day clock started on the Friday. All right, so that is this Friday. Oh, wait a minute. Isn't this Friday March the 19th? Why, yes, it is. What's so special about this Friday, March the 19th? What's so special about that? Well, that just happens to coincide with the option expiry, the futures expiry, all kinds of, it's quadruple witching hour. It is a big readjustment day for the market, including the fact that 40 to 50 million shares could be in a failure to deliver mode on Friday, where it is possible that the clearinghouse has to buy in the brokers at market. I don't think that's going to happen. I just cannot see a brokerage firm being vulnerable for an outside buyer like that to buy them in at market. They'll do it themselves. BHO Bus, thank you for becoming a member, by the way. Thank you. Big things happening coming up. Hang on. That was my concern last month, asking about street forum, etc. How can I really know if I'm own actual shares or entitled of other shares? Do you think GameStop will have a big run by the end of the month? Let's say by the end of the first quarter. So stand by. So this Friday is the failure to deliver day, 21 days after non-delivery, which was on Friday. That'll be 3 weeks. What's going to happen? Since then, all right, I talked to you about Wednesday 3 weeks ago. Thursday, which is tomorrow 3 weeks ago, and Friday, the stock kept going up. Remember, it went to 91 on Wednesday night. Thursday, it was in 150 range. So Friday, it was 120, 150, whatever, 180 range. Monday, Tuesday, the stock for the next week would close at a higher level every day until it reached 348.50 or so, a little over a week ago. And then we had our first, what I call, stock attack, where at first I was wondering, what was this? Everybody was wondering. I mean, everybody was wondering and asking, was this a short attack? Was this like short sellers shorting more stock? Or was this something else? And I speculated yesterday what could have been happening here is these shorters, there are many of them. There's not one guy, all right? There could be 50 hedge funds, could be 150 hedge funds, all from 10,000 shares short to 1 million plus short. I don't know. It's a ton of them, all right? And it's a ton of stock. They're all short under the failure to deliver window right now. So they're not declared. They haven't declared. The brokers are not declaring shorts. Why? I don't know. How? I don't know. I don't understand why the SEC isn't clamping down on these guys, but I think it's beginning. And this is why I'm talking to you about this failure to deliver story. Thursday trading, Friday trading, the next month, there could have been failure to deliver every day after that too. So as more selling kept coming in to try to hold down the stock's run, to try to temper it, and I think the short positions were added on to, and more failure delivers were made, so that Monday on March 22nd, there will be another failure to deliver. Tuesday, there will be more failure to deliver coming due. All 3 weeks after the delivery that was supposed to be done on Thursday 3 weeks ago, or on Friday 3 weeks ago, Monday 3 weeks, almost 3 weeks ago now, Tuesday, and so on, all the way up. And so we've got, I think, possibly 100 million shares in the failure to deliver system. I don't know. I can't tell you. I can only go, well, it's traded a lot of stock, and we've been wondering, how can a stock trade like that when there's only 70 million in existence and only 50 of those can actually trade, and all the mutual funds and all the hedge funds report with the SEC, and they tell us that they own 100 million to 130 million, depending on which report you're looking at. They own way more stock than exists. We know the declared short position. How can this stock trade like this if there isn't any stock actually available to trade, and yet there seems to be unlimited numbers of shares to trade? Where is it coming from? How can it possibly be that it's available? Failure to deliver. If you don't deliver stock you sold, and you catch the money and just issue an IOU, why deliver? Just wait for the stock to come down, and then they'll buy it back later at lower prices, and then they'll be owed stock, you see, and that'll bring their IOUs down. And we'll knock off the one from 3 weeks ago, and then 20 days ago, and then the 19-day one, and the 8. As each day goes by, we buy back more stock, the lower it goes. And so the first attack went from 348 to 172, back up to 285 that day. How much stock did they buy back? I don't think they bought any back. I don't know if they got much of any of it back. And even if they did, they didn't make any money, because if you're short stock that you sold from 300 down to $50, down to $44, what's your average? Is your average 85, 90 bucks? Is that your average? You're buying stock back at 170, 190, 210, 250, 280. You're losing money on every piece of paper you're buying back. I don't know if they bought any back. Maybe their thinking was, no, this is the first salvo. We're just going to shake the foundation, and we're going to shake the confidence of the holders of the stock by doing this attack. We're going to drop this thing like a rock, and it'll have a partial recovery. We'll wait a couple of days, hit it again, make another drop. We'll call brokers that we use, because we use dozens of brokers. We have short positions with all these brokers. We have long positions with a couple of brokers over here, because they buy and sell all the time. So they'll take their long positions and tell those brokers, sell my long position at market right now. And they called 5 of them. And again, it's all done on a computer. It's not even done by telephone anymore. I'm talking the old days when I'm saying telephones. It's all like click, click, click. And it's all timed for exactly the same nanosecond. Hit the button, beep, and all of a sudden, 8 brokerage houses are selling stock at market to whomever wants it, at whatever price you want it at. And it makes no sense. Why would anyone want to do that with stock they have? Because if you drop your market and you keep hitting it, drop it some more, your remaining position that you're long is worth much, much less money. You're losing money. That makes no sense. No seller does that. That makes no sense, except, of course, if you're short 100 million shares over here that you're carrying on a non-delivery little platform, which is skirting the rules. You're undeclared short. If that's what you're doing, you want to move the paper over here to drop the market so that this position doesn't look so bad anymore. And maybe that's it. Maybe they just wanted to get through the middle of March, the 15th, and they're getting ready to go through the end of the March, which is the end of the first quarter, and that's where they have to report their results to all their investors, because after all, hedge funds use money from investors to do what they do, and the last thing they want to do to their investors is give them a report saying, yeah, among all the other things we did, we also shorted about 80 million shares of GameStop, and we're down $5 billion. They don't want to talk, they want to do that. So if they can get the stock back to 80, maybe even a print just on the 31st of March, just have it close at 80 bucks on that one day, at the last second of that trading day. Then for the quarter, the first quarter, the stock closed at $80. Well, in December, it closed at $17, and then the end of March, it closed at $80. Everyone else knows that the stock went from $15, $17 to $500, back down to $38.50, back up again and back down. That's irrelevant. It's the print. What's the final trade at the end of March? And the hedge funds go, we're short at 90. It closed at 80. You're ahead. You as investors with our hedge fund, we're making you money. It's all good. No problem. The fact that on April 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, the stock goes back to 300 a share is irrelevant, because that's the second quarter problem. We'll deal with that at the end of May. We'll deal at the end of June, end of 6 months. Well, right now, we're dealing with March only. And you can understand, I hope you understand, that there are hedge funds out there with humongous problems with regard to the GameStop stock and others. And there are those out there speculating it's just as bad with AMC and with BlackBerry and with Bed Bath & Beyond and all the other meme stocks. I don't know that. I'm only talking about GameStop because that's what I'm really into and following for you guys very closely. GameStop, I don't know the number. I don't know how bad it is. And I don't know if they're going to be able to pull it off. And that's the other thing I don't know. Because with all the power of the hedge funds who are short, all right, they got billions of power. There are also long holders, because who owns the stock of GameStop? I keep telling you who owns who declares how much they've got. There are longs out there. There's you, and there's the pension funds, mutual funds, ETFs, index funds, bungalow, all right? And a whole bunch of ETFs and index funds have got to buy GameStop by the end of this month because their portfolios are out of whack. Stock was $17, $15 in December. Wherever it is going to be at the end of March, it's going to be higher than where it was in December. The question I have for you today is, what's that number going to be? Is it going to be $500 a share, $80 a share, $215 where it is right now? Going to be $1,000 a share? I don't know. But whatever that number is, it will be higher than what it was in December because it's not going to be $15 a share. And so a lot of you out there are going, I'm going to put my stimulus money into GameStop, and I'm a cash buyer, and I'm going to buy this for cash, and I'm going to hold it for the next 2 years because I'm going to let Mr. Cohen and his guys convert the company into an e-commerce company, and that's going to justify a stock price much higher than this, $800,000 a share or more, and I'm prepared to get that. I'm prepared to take a year and get that return. Thank you very much. I don't care about the shenanigans in the meantime. Well, these guys over at the hedge funds, they care, and these guys at these hedge funds, they care too, because if they're a long stock, and they've been buying it up at 50, and they've been buying it up at 100, and they've been buying it up at 150, and they've been buying it at 170, 175, whenever it comes down here, in 200 range, and their average is 125, 150. They don't want an $80 print. No way. They get an $80 print. They look like they're losing money for their customers. These guys look like they're even or just ahead for their customers. So both hedge funds have a problem. They both want to come off looking all right. But each group wants to be the winner, all right? So these guys over here would love it to go to 60 because they could say we're up $30 a share. These guys would like it to go to 300 because they're up hundreds of dollars a share. I mean, this is welcome to the world of the billionaire hedge fund players, and we're in the middle of it. I'm here with you. You guys are into the stock and whatever level you are. Welcome to the world of GameStop. In the meantime, the failure to deliver system is changing. And this is the ace in the hole for the longs and the big problem for the shorts. Because the SEC and the DTCC are saying we have got failure to deliver problems, not just with GameStop, but with a whole bunch of other companies out there as well. Because these stock brokerage firms are so addicted to volume trading, they want liquidity like you can't believe. They're loosening up their failure to deliver deals because they're realizing no one comes and chases us for the failure to deliver. We have 21 days to cover our butts. So we'll find ways to cover our butts in 21 days and just keep this game going. The SEC is beginning to realize that we can't have that. No, that's a problem because you can't have triple or quadruple the amount of stock trading out there that actually exists. Because if we get another pandemic issue, another lockdown, we get a catastrophic financial event that causes massive redemptions of whatever, there is so much stock coming in for sale that there will not be enough buyers. I mean, we've created quadruple the amount of stock that actually exists, or double or triple. I don't know what that number is. I'm speculating that it's getting bigger. It's no longer a little mosquito that's flying around. It's like a horde of these things. And GameStop is at the top of the iceberg like it was on the short positions. GameStop was the most shorted stock on the New York Stock Exchange in percentage and in reality and everything else, at 70 million shorted with 70 million in existence. Now I'm wondering, is there 100 million shares short and declared unshort through failure delivers versus the 70 million we used to have? Is this a 30 million share bigger problem? And the other question is, have some of these firms who are short trying to cover their butts by buying call contracts from Chicago market makers so that they have the right to call stock from them, the Chicago market makers who write naked calls? Do they have enough call options in their possession to do the exercise game to flatten out? Even if they lose money, they still can flatten out. So they actually are technically not short because they're saying to any regulator that comes in to do an audit on them, we're not short at all. We've sold gazillions of shares, but we have gazillions of options which gives us a right to buy gazillions of shares. And so we're actually not short. But in reality, the street, that's where you are coming and going, buying stock. The street is drowning in stock. There's stock going everywhere that doesn't exist. There's stock that's being promised to exist, and it's now being passed on from the failure to deliver brokerage firms to the Chicago naked call option writers. And every Friday is drama day. And this Friday is the big drama day for Chicago because it's the end of the quarter and it's a quadruple witching hour and it's just going to be mayhem over there. But could it be that the SEC is telling the DTCC, the clearinghouse, end this nonsense? We want you to limit the amount of non-deliver, and we don't give a dang if these guys can say, trying to tell you they've got the stock over in Chicago. We don't care. No, we want the street. We want the certificates, and you're either buying, you're putting warnings out, and then you're buying them in. That's it. So brokerage firms, I'm hoping, will have already got the message or are about to get the message and are going to realize we cannot play this game anymore to allow our guys to be short without declaring a short sale through a failure to deliver and playing the shell game with the options guys over here. We got to end that practice, nip it in the bud. And the Chicago guys will likely be told by the CME through the SEC, perhaps, that you cannot write naked call contracts equal to 10 times the number of shares that are outstanding. You can't have 700 million shares issued of naked call contracts when there's only 70 million in existence. This does not work. This is also a blow-up game that's gone crazy. The volumes are great. A lot of contracts are trading, and the shares are trading, and the brokers are taking a little sliver on every trade. And the brokerage community is loving this. It's fantastic. It's almost no penalties to be paid, no sanctions. Everyone's doing it. We're allowed to do it. Away we go. In the meantime, the DTCC has $75 trillion of insurance to cover non-delivery, non-payment issues. And that is beginning to look a little light, because if you allow double or triple or quadruple the number of shares that exist on the entire stock market to now trade, and people are liable for these shares, you've just increased this massive liability problem to the tune of unthinkable numbers. And 2008 and 2009, the financial crash, the housing market, the whole thing that came tumbling down, and the emergency relief that Congress had to pass when Paulson, the Treasury Secretary, went to the House of Congress and said, you have to pass a bill in 4 days for $700 billion of liquidity. And the House has gone, the most we've ever passed is $100 billion. What are you talking about? 7 times more than we've ever done, ever. And you are giving us 4 days? What's going on? And they came clean and said the entire world economy is on the brink because it's completely over leveraged and it's all going to come crashing down. And if we don't get 700 million of emergency relief, this whole thing craps out. And Congress went, you got to be kidding us. How come we don't know this? Like, how come you guys don't tell us this stuff? Because that's what you're supposed to do. The Treasury Secretary comes in front of Congress every quarter to report, if not, every quarter. Same with the Federal Reserve. There's oversight committees to do all that. No one talked about it. Didn't come up because it just showed up. It just showed up because it had been percolating in the economy, in the system, through the banking, the investment banker system, and everything else. And all those guys were leveraged to the nth degree with all of those mortgages that were bogus. I mean, people were getting mortgage loans, no income, no job, no assets, and they could still buy a house with nothing down. It was ridiculous. Houses tripled in price in 3 years, and the leverage game continued until it didn't. And the insurance companies who were insuring the mortgages couldn't cover the insurance because there were bets placed against them on a leveraged basis. And so, we have 20 billion in insurance, or we have 20 billion in mortgages, but we have 200 billion in bets against it. We have 200 billion in mortgages, but we have $2 trillion in bets against it. We can't pay it off. The whole system is going to collapse. And Paulson, the Treasury Secretary, went on his knees. He literally got on his knees in front of Nancy Pelosi, who was the Democratic leader of the House, going, you got to help us. I'm begging you, please help pass this bill. And she's going, just please get up. Don't do that. Okay, just get up. What are you talking about? This is ridiculous. He's 6'4". Get up, get up. He said, I'm telling you, and beside him is the head of the Fed going, yeah, we're in trouble. Because General Electric was calling the Fed and the Treasury. McDonald's was calling. Apple, all the companies. So we can't make payroll. We can't draw down the money we need from our banker to pay payroll. We have all those receivables. We have hundreds of billions in receivables, and it's money coming in, money going out, money coming in, going. We've got money coming in. We can't pay our employees because our banker can't extend us our $50 million line of credit for this week's payroll. They don't have it. They can't get it. The system isn't lending them money to lend us money. We're in trouble. This Friday we have 200,000 employees that won't be paid. Banks are calling the Treasury going, we have no cash to put in our ATM machines. People are going to go to their ATM machine to try to draw $200 from their savings account. It's not there. We don't have it because it's all frozen out. This was the brink of 2008 that schools don't teach, universities, I don't know if they teach. You have to watch this in a movie, for crying out loud. You want to know what happened in 2000? You have to watch a movie, The Big Short, to get a sense of something. You have to watch another movie that was made. What's it called? It was starring a number of great Hollywood actors. It was the whole 2008 meltdown thing with the Treasury Secretary Geithner and all these guys and all the bankers to put liquidity in the system to keep the system alive. Right here, I'm talking about a situation here where we may have a scenario here with GameStop and other stocks where this is so out leveraged, so out and out leveraged out, that hedge funds who lost $5 to $8 billion back in January and were able to figure out a way to cover it, and Robinhood found $4 billion to cover their butts to allow you to trade again after a week and a half of not allowing you to buy stock. We now could have a situation that is 10 times worse, and it could be a $100 billion blowout just on GameStop. GameStop has done nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. They've done absolutely nothing to create this. They're just a company selling video games through their stores and now through their website, and they're trying to go e-commerce. They've done everything they're supposed to do. But it's the street that is so leveraged out, and there are these attacks coming on this stock to desperately bring it down, to try to lessen the picture, the ugly picture that's going to have to be taken. Someone has to take a photograph at the end of the month, this month, to show the reports, the end of the first quarter report. And the clearinghouse is saying, we're not going to show a report that we're 100 million shares failure to deliver. We're not going to be in that position because it's not our problem. The brokerage firms are going, well, we shouldn't be made accountable. And the clients are going, well, the brokers let us do this. They let us sell the stock, and we have the options in Chicago to cover our butts by buying these call contracts. And the Chicago guys are going, we're just creating liquidity in a market that we're supposed to create liquidity in. It's not our fault. Everyone's going, it's not our fault. In the meantime, the stock is 217. It was just 220 a few minutes ago. And I'm sitting here going, what's going to happen with the stock? I'm trying to tell you what's going to happen with this one security, this one couple of days from now, and between now and the end of the month. I'm trying to tell you what's going to happen. And I'm not exactly sure how this is going to go, because I can see these guys over here who are short, who are going to desperately try to crash this stock to make a print for the end of the year, end of the quarter, 31st of March. They're going to try to make that print. I'm just taking a look at my calendar because, again, I'm not organized. The last trading day of the month is Wednesday, March 31st. Today is the 14th. 17th. Today's 17th, 14 days from now. So in 14 days, we have the end of the month. And at the end of the month, we have the print for the end of the quarter. This Friday, day after tomorrow, we have the witching hour. And the other thing that happens between the witching hour and the end of the month is all the index funds that track indexes and sub-indices, they all have to adjust their portfolios, and a whole bunch of GameStop has got to be purchased by these outfits. They need stock. I don't know how many. 1 million, 5 million, 8 million, I don't know. But they need paper. Some of these funds are 150 million bucks each, $500 million each, and they might need $2 million of the GameStop in that portfolio to average out and get the performance to measure out. I don't know. It's a lot. It's big, much bigger than your stimulus checks. All right, 150 million stimulus money coming into the market. Gazillions of shares, failure to deliver, short positions declared, undeclared, option positions left, right, and center, blown out of proportion with hundreds of millions of shares of GameStop that don't exist. And only 70 million are out there, 20 million held by the management, 50 million can trade. And of the 50 million, the hedge funds say, and the mutual funds say, pension funds say, we have 120 of them. We have 120 million. Well, I don't know where you're getting those from, because there's only 50 million you could have. And I know the retail investors have at least 10 or 15 million shares, maybe more. So maybe there's only 35 million shares available to the pension funds and hedge funds and mutual funds. They say they have 120, 130 million. Well, there's a problem here, Houston. Houston, we got us a problem. We got us a mathematics problem here, kids. And it's just not adding up. And someone's holding the bag. And it's not you guys. Not you guys. You're long. You own your stock cash. You haven't got a problem. You're going to be looked after. You're going to be covered. You're fine. Stock goes to 300 a share, 500 a share. You're going to be fine. Goes to 50 bucks a share and you can hold it. You're going to be fine. Because at the end of the day, those who are short the stock are going to have the problem. And I don't know how they're going to get their stock back. Not down here. Not at 217, 218 a share. I don't see enough available down here. I see enough available between 800 and 1200 a share. Because I think by then a lot of you guys might want to sell some of this stuff. You'll take some profits because greed kicks in. It's all right. And it's all right. It's okay. There'll be pension fund managers who will feed stock out as it rises and rises, because they'll go, hey, I don't know how high this goes. I like Cohen. I like Mr. Cohen. And I believe in Mr. Cohen. And I think he can get the stock to 300 to 500 to 600 a share reasonably over the next several years or higher. But at 1,200 a share, I think the stock's ahead of Mr. Cohen right now. So I'll feed some out. But that won't be enough to satisfy the problem. The problem is exponential. And these options have been created. You can't take these options back and cancel them. They're out there. There are, I don't know, 500 million to 1 billion shares of GameStop out there on the options contracts. I don't know. It's massive. But this coming Friday is a big one. Next Friday, another one. The Friday after that, another one. Every Friday, contracts will expire. You cannot keep rolling this over indefinitely. And the SEC is saying enough's enough. It's time to pare this back. And so I wonder if right now, while I'm talking to you, this second, are some of the brokerage firms putting the calls into their guys, not because I'm talking. It's because they're looking at their printouts going, oh, geez, 207 a share. Our brokerage firm has clients that we rep that have given us 500 million in margin, but we could have ourselves a $5 billion deficit here if this thing takes off. And we got Friday coming up, and we got failure to deliver notices. And if we got a failure to deliver notice for this house, I know every other house has a failure to deliver notice too. I mean, it's not just one house; it's everybody. And all the brokerage firms are sitting back going, "Well, if this is a 50 million share problem, and it could be a 500 a share scenario, $25 billion problem, we're not going to pay it. It's our clients that are on the hook. They have to cover it." Well, cover it now. Don't wait until then, because it's 218, 217. Let's buy it up. Let's get it. It's traded today, 599,000 shares. There's 50 million short, 100 million short. How many millions failure to deliver? This isn't fixing it. 599,000 shares. We traded yesterday 35 million shares. That didn't fix it, because that wasn't all buying by those who were short. That was day trading going on for half of it at least. Then there were people just literally buying stock to get stock, because people were picking up cheap stock, telling me, I bought some stock, Bruce. I got some dips. How much did these shorters get? 5 million yesterday out of 100? Houston, we got a problem. And that is the story from yours truly to start the day. I think we're open, aren't we? Yes, we are. Welcome to the opening, everybody. Where are we at? Let's follow the markets. Can you make money today? I hope you're going to have a good day today. 221 on GameStop is where I see it right now. I see AMC up 35 cents to 13.37. So that's better. Not incredibly better, but it's better. The Dow up 24 points. Nothing. S&P down 19. NASDAQ down 160. Has the SEC told the DTCC, tell the brokers to cover all their shorts? No. If they did, these markets would be a lot higher. They're not. They're not. That hasn't happened yet. When will it happen? How? When? Why? All I can guess for you is the first place it's going to happen is the stock that is the most out of whack of all of them. Which one is that? GameStop. That's the one. It's $223 on the market. It's up $15 a share right now. I don't know. It's opening trade for GameStop right now is 1.6 million shares. That isn't solving a 100 million share shortfall, not even a 50 million, not even a 25 million. 1.6 million. That's chump change. 1.6 million is up $14 a share. Hello. Is anyone getting what's happening here? We got a problem. There is no stock. And then there are buyers behind these bids who want to dip. Yes, there are. I don't know if in this first hour, half an hour to an hour, there'll be an attack on this stock. Because if these guys truly over here, the ones who are short, they truly want to, break your spirit. They cannot let this stand. They cannot let it go up $16 a share in the first 2 minutes of trading, 5 minutes of trading, and leave it alone. If this thing goes to 230 and 240, they cannot have that happen for half the day. They got to attack this thing and nip it in the bud right now. They've got to shake your booties to scare you. And the only way they can do it is to try to just slam the bids, slam this market. But there's buying interest, isn't there? That's what we're seeing. 220, 279, up $14. On the other hand, there may be brokerage firms who are saying, look, all the houses that they want to use, that they want to buy the stock through, are all saying we're all short stock. You can't sell stock, or we want a complete accounting of your positions here and elsewhere, and you have to prove to us that you're not short. Because if you've got 500,000 shares here, but you're short 5 million over there, we say you're short 4.5 million. You can't sell this stock. You got to deliver it. Because we're short over here. The guys who hold stock for you, because we have other clients that are short this stuff. Because it's all over the street. It's all over the place. Everyone is short. How can they not be? There's 200 million out there. There's only 70 million in existence. 130 million are short or more. I don't even know that number. It's insane. How many shares are out there? Every house has got to be on a failure to deliver list. Every one of them has got to be on a failure to deliver list. When will it stop? When will the brokerage firms en masse go, enough's enough? We're on the hook here for $50 billion, $100 billion in losses, and we're not going to stand. We're not going to be first in line. We're going to pass this on to our clients, and by doing that, we're going to force them to buy in. We want you to buy in, and if they have to buy in, this goes higher, a lot higher, because you saw it go from 348 to 172 in 25 minutes. What about the other side? Can it go from 221 to 500 in 25 minutes? Haven't seen it yet, but could it happen? Anything is possible. No selling, nothing but buying, imbalance, halt, move, halt, move, halt, move. 250, halt, 300, halt, 325, halt, 375, halt. Yeah, could happen. 30 minutes, an hour, could. At the moment, it's 221. The Dow is up 48 points. There's no panic buying there. S&P down 20, NASDAQ down 173. So the problem persists. If there's a overall market problem with failure to deliver, if this problem is into the hundreds of billions of dollars that could turn into trillions of dollars of amplified problems, and no one is talking about it except this guy, and maybe I'm off my rocker, but I don't think I am. We might be in the early days of awareness of what's going on that has not yet bubbled to the surface. And the first evidence of a percolating problem, you know how volcanoes kind of bubble up stuff for weeks before they blow? Maybe it's GameStop. Maybe this is the little geyser that is just won't shut up. It just won't stop. And they're trying to kill it. They're trying to stop this thing. And it's not working because the sellers won't give up the paper. If you don't trade 200 million shares a day for the next week, every day, you can't solve this problem. And it's right now, the 2.1 million have traded in 9 minutes. This is a typical opening. This is a quiet opening. This is not a big time opening at all from a volume perspective. Yeah, it's up $10 right now. It's 219. It's been higher, but it's It's 226 is the high. 226.90 is the high. So it's about $7 off its high or $6 off its high. There's no paper coming in. There are no desperate sellers trying to get out. Most of you are thinking, I'm going to buy more. I'm waiting for it to pull back. I'm getting more. That's what the shorts don't want to hear. They don't want to know that. They don't want to hear this. They don't like this. They need you to be panicking about, I hope I can get off and get out. It's not happening. If it goes to 300, that means almost all of you are even or ahead of the game. If it goes to 400, almost every one of you are making money. Almost. If it goes to 450, everybody out there has got to be making money. And once everyone is making money, the shorts have got a nightmare. Because now no one has to sell for pressures, financial pressures. They have to sell for greed. That's the only reason. Here at 220, it's still iffy. If they can get it down to 100, there's a lot of you nervous. It'll make you a lot of nervous. That's what they're hoping. I don't know if they can pull it off. There could be 5 million wanted between here and $200 a share. And there could be 10 million wanted between 200 a share and 150. And there could be 100 million wanted between 150 and 100. They're not going to get it down to 100. They might not get it to 150. They might not be able to get it to 165. I don't know for sure, but it's 221.94 right now. And it's going to be a fun day. Thank you for joining me. What do you think of this? Holy moly macaroni. I tell you, it could be the end of the month. Yeah, we could have a run. Sure. It's what I'm trying to figure out myself. Unbelievable. Thank you, all of you who have sending me super chats this morning while I'm ignoring you and talking. Thank you for becoming members while I'm just talking. I can't give shout outs to everybody. I apologize. Remote CFO, thank you for joining this club. Sean, thank you. All of you, you're welcome here. Hopefully the comments are respectful. I think they are. New member from Speed or Sped 2500. Thank you. All of you, thank you very much. Watching the stock carefully. Bluebird Booby. Blues, can you watch the congressional hearing live and give us real opinions? No, I will not. I don't have time to waste my time like that. Hey, Bruce, have you considered the GameStop retail investors just want to rock? I think that's what's happening. I think some of us do want to rock, and I think we might be rocking 227 on the stock. We're rocking now. X Gaming, I'm counting on the dip to buy more. Just stand by. Don't be panicking that it's moving. It might pop down $50 in 5 minutes anytime. You just don't know. Just enjoy the ride. Love the ride, but I don't know the ride for sure. I've never been on this roller coaster before, but every trade is a blessing. Every day is a blessing. Let's see what happens. Thank you. Real Green Cheetah, thank you for becoming a member. BF2 Lovers, good morning to the man, the myth, the legend. Thank you for the donation so much. Shane Maxwell, buddy, welcome to the club. I'm glad you're here. Alistair McLeod, same to you, man. Thank you for coming in here, joining this group, tolerating this YouTuber. There are others that are probably way more professional, but we're just doing what we can. 224, 226 seems to be the market right now on GameStop. The volume so far, 2.6 million. Nothing happening. Nothing going on. You'd think that a stock that would go up $16 in a day after being kicked around for almost a week, you'd have all kinds of sellers dying to get out. You don't. You don't. It's 2.6 million traded. I bet you half of it is day traders flipping it just back and forth. There's very little happening here, and this is very interesting. It's very positive. Vance, my last question was boring. New question: when is Jen setting up a curling stream so I can get rich handicapping Canadian curling? Oh man, you don't get her going. She loves curling. I tell you, she loves it. Sales with tips. Morning, Bruce. If you're not aware of Root, could you please look at it, get back to us with your opinion? It's shorted to hell and maybe squeezed. Vance, when I get the time, I will look at other stuff, but I'm looking at the tip of an iceberg that could be a multi-trillion-dollar issue for the entire street that no one seems to be talking about, except for some folks on YouTube and some folks on Reddit and Wall Street Bets. There are guys who are talking, guys and girls talking about this, but this isn't mainstream media stuff, not at all. Morning, Bruce. If you're not aware of Root, sorry, I just talked about that. So there's just all kinds of stuff going on here. Thank you, Max. Max Beats. Thank you for becoming a member, buddy. Appreciate this. Marcus, thank you for this donation. There's a word of negative beta around. Can you explain, please, what this means? Because I believe few people know. Greetings from Deutschland. Guten Morgen, Marcus. Guten Tag. Thank you for being here. Dankeschön. Beta. I don't have the explanation of beta. One person's beta is one interpretation, one's another. I'm just not going there. It's not my expertise. I'm not a technical kind of guy in that sense. I don't look at charts and break them down into the finest minutia of this and that and everything else. All I'm telling you is there are more buyers and sellers, and there aren't many of each of them. The buyers can't get stock. I'll tell you that. Whatever stock the buyers want today on GameStop, they're not getting it because it's up $16 a share. The buyers, there are buyers at $199 this morning on the pre-market, $198, and they wanted stock and they didn't get their fill. And now they're moving up. Their buyers are jumping over each other to get in line to be able to buy first, and they're not getting what they want. And the sellers are going, hey, you want my paper? Come and get it, buddy. I'm up here. I'm not a 222 seller. 226 now, by the way. Last trade. I don't know if these trades are hundreds and a couple thousand here, a couple hundred here. Certainly not a million at a time. Certainly not 100,000 shares at a time. We're not getting that. It is this thin trading with a $17 up move. Interesting. Anika, thank you for becoming a member. Ben Serpa, thank you so much, Ben, for joining in. Robert Mannix, thanks, buddy, for coming in here as a member. Len Hernandez, glad to be a member. Love your channel. Ape need smarts. Thanks, Len. Appreciate you being here, man. Cavalieri, morning, Bruce. The pre-market the last 2 days and my software Thinkorswim didn't have candlesticks that were touching, practically looking like a scatter plot. I'm new. What does this mean? I don't know. That's a technical question that I'm not an expert at. Cav, I'm not that guy. I'm not that kind of person that will go into this fine detail. I'm just looking at what I see here at 229 a share right now. We're about to hit 230. Is it going to go through 230 like hot knife on soft butter? We're about to find out. 229, 228, 229.40. Is this going to happen? It looks like it. It's up $20 a share right now. It's almost up 10% on the day. Volume 3 million. Nothing. That is nothing for the first thing in the morning. 229.53. 229.40 between my two devices, and I don't have level 2 trading. You guys might already see it breaking through 230. I don't even know it. Here we are. There's nothing there. There might be a tiny bit of resistance at 230, but I don't see a lot. If this buying keeps coming on, it'll just go. But if the buying peters out, maybe somebody will try to slam it back and break everybody's heart. I don't know. Be prepared for anything. It's a George Costanza day. Doing the opposite. Mr. Noodle, Biden bucks hit the bank today. Buy the dips and hold the line. Love the channel and thanks for the knowledge. Thank you, Mr. Noodle, for being here and following me, and all of you who have come in to become members of this channel, to comment and respectfully share thoughts that we're all watching here. Unbelievable. Someone's saying 230, that it touched 230. We'll see. I've got the high of 231. It actually did hit 231. It didn't show on my devices. My devices are so slow that by the time the 231 could have shown, it may have already popped back to 229. So it broke 230 with nothing. There was nothing there. Right now we're just backfilling, and we're up $20 odd a share. We've been up probably $22 a share already today. Wow. 10% gain on the stock on 3-something million shares. Unbelievable. AMC up 59 cents. That's certainly looking better for AMC. High of the day, 1366. It's right here, 1361. 13.4 million. Dead quiet on AMC. That's dead quiet. Same thing. No volume, no sellers. That's telling me there's nothing offered. If there were sellers, it wouldn't be up, number one. If there were a lot of selling, there'd be a lot more volume. There's certainly buying because it's higher. I mean, that's what this means. When stocks go up, it means there are more buyers trying to get it than sellers trying to get out. 230 on the stock now, up $22. Ben, talk on Reddit is on negative beta GME, allegedly between -2 and -8. Your thoughts? I have no thoughts, Ben. I don't know what it means, and I almost don't care. I don't care. That could be a backward-looking number. I'm looking at the stock at 131 right now. That's what I'm looking at. What does that beta tell you? Whatever that beta is, that's a good beta. We're up $22. This is a good beta. If I were from Brooklyn, we're up $22. We're good. 3.4 million shares traded. Nothing. If this was a crazy nuts day, we'd have much more volume. But I'm telling you, with only that kind of volume to be up $22 a share, that's very good. That is very good. And if you're a shorter, you're short this stuff, you're down $22 on 3 million shares. How many millions are you short? You're in trouble. You're in big trouble here. You are in big trouble, because this is the underlying picture of GameStop stock. It's not being sold off by the mom and pop owners, retail owners. They're not dying to get out at 229. No Massey Mac, thank you for this. Hey Bruce, can institutions that shorted just be unable to pay, and what happens if that's possible? No, they've already put up the money to short. They've already put up their collateral. They have plenty of it. So no, there won't be any problems there. And if they can't pay, the broker pays. The broker has insurance to cover, so that there's no problem in the system. The system will pay out, not a problem. Fergan, does the cup and handle look like a walk to anyone else? Well, it looks like a coffee cup to me, but doesn't that look like a walk to you? I don't know. Oh gosh. It's wild. It's wacky. It's early days, and we are in for a very interesting 48 hours today, tomorrow, Friday. And then very interesting next week with the annual report coming out and management going on the conference call. That's going to be wild. And then the Wednesday after that is month end, and all the final adjustments are made to all these entities, these index funds, and all these ETFs and mutual funds. Oh my! And of course, the failure to deliver report and hedge funds reporting to their clients for the first quarter. A lot of hedge funds charge their customers a 2% fee to manage their money, and they get 20% of profits. So 80% of the profit goes to the people's money, those who put the money in. The rest goes to the management. Now, if you have, at the end of March, a $80 billion to $100 billion nightmare on GameStop because it took off, you will not get a bonus check at the end of the first quarter if you're working for hedge funds, because they might have lost money as a whole rather than made money as a whole. This is bad. This is where one stock can upset the apple cart. But try and short it if the SEC won't let you artificially. What? If that game is taken away, the failure to deliver game is taken away. How wild will this go? How crazy will this be? Because the only direction the stock can go is up. There's no way it's going to go down. If you own it, you don't sell it, it can only go up. So there it is. Thank you, Michael, for this, for becoming a member. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. And then Christian, thank you, Christian. Let's also for becoming a member of my channel. You guys are great. I appreciate it. We got a little resistance, 225, 230, to be expected, but it's futile. Resistance is futile. But I'm just saying, what if possibly, maybe there is a plan somewhere in this first hour to attack the stock. Just, when things calm down, the first 20 minutes comes and goes. We're at 22 minutes now, and we get that initial euphoria. We get the little buy-in, the stimmy money is coming, and these retail investors are picking off the stock, and it calms down. And then whack, here comes the 500,000 million share seller to drive this thing down and really make it look bad. And again, break the spirit of the buyer. I'm just saying, what if? It's been happening lately. Can it happen again? We're watching. We'll see. John Riley, thank you for becoming a member of this channel. Thank you very much. And Tyson, Clispy, thank you for also becoming a member of this channel. I really appreciate it. These memberships tell me so much. They are, and they tell everyone else. There are way more people interested in sharing opinions on what's going on and hearing all sides. And I try to interpret what's going on as best I can. And I thank you. I really do. It is so refreshing and such a relief to have you coming in so that I can operate this chat in a respectful way, so that we don't feel, that we're going to be attacked for making any kind of a comment for any reason. I mean, it's just, it was getting pretty bad. Thank you. Len Hernandez, do members get any exclusive vids? What is the cost for exclusive content? I want to rock. There's only one price to get in, and it's just it's $9.99 a month, US. I do 2 live shows a day during the week, usually. So that's 10 shows a week. That's about 40 a month, maybe 44 a month. For 40 a month, 40 shows a month, you're paying me 25 cents a show. That's for the right to comment. And you get videos from me. I'll be doing exclusive videos. You'll get my stock tips first before anybody else as members. So when I come up with a new stock that I think you should take a look at, there will be either a video released of that just for you guys to watch, or there'll be a combination of that and an alert through the member alert system, which is an exclusive emails and texts that come through YouTube for sponsor members only. And you'll have a couple of days head start on the entire world out there, and make up your mind whether you want to look at that or not. And I'll bring those out, and that's what you get as a member. As a member, you get a heads up on what I'm thinking and what I'm liking and what I see that's out there that might be of interest to you. And I'm thinking, hey, I recommend company blah blah blah, and you get 100 shares. And it goes up $3 a share because I was right. Great. And you sell it. You just sell it, flip it. You made $300. It's costing you $10 a month to be here. It's kind of paid for itself, hasn't it? So do I guarantee that every recommendation I make is a guarantee winner? No. But that's up to you to decide for your own benefit, whether you want to buy the stock or an option against what I'm telling you about, or avoid it altogether, whatever. It's just a perk as for being a sponsor member of this channel, and it's the least I can do, and I thank you all so much. Chris Adams, thank you for being a member here. Stephen Lyle, happy St. Patrick's Day. Bruce, wear green. I do I have green on? Do I have any green? I'll have to get green for the afternoon show. I was so excited to get this shirt on. It just came in the mail, so finally got my shirt. Thank you, everybody, for this. Cav, my level 2 data is showing approximately 90+% of bid-ask sizes from 150 to 250. Is that dollars or shares? Could the data and sporadic pre-market moves indicate a low supply of shares in circulation? That's a good question. I don't know for sure what that means. I think, though, that normally you'll see bids within 5 to 10% of each side of the market. So you'll see bids from 226 down to 200, and you'll see offers from 226 to 240, 250. That you'll see behind the market. You'll see that. Beyond that, it's usually rather thin, except in the case of GameStop, because lately we've had these attacks coming in, share attacks, where these blocks of stock are coming in at market to just drive the market down. There's buying, I think, at 205, 201, 196, 191, 181. There's all kinds of buying, I bet you, way back. And if you don't see it, it's probably because it is programmed buying that is going to automatically click in if the price trades at a certain level. So it might be that the stock hits 205, all kinds of 201 buys show up. Stock trades at 198, all kinds of buy orders show up at 196, 192, 191. Trades down there, all kinds of buy orders. They just pop up in front of the seller that didn't see them. They didn't see that there. All of a sudden, these shares are running into walls, and it's not doing a free fall. It's doing this. It's just hitting wall after wall after wall. It's trying to drive the market down, but they can't drive it down $50 a share, $80 a share, whatever they're up to, whatever they want to do. They can't do it because the buyers are just looking for everything you got, and now their problem is exasperated. They've got another bigger problem, because they can't drive the stock down because of the diamond-handed holders and bargain hunters looking to pick this stuff up. Just my guess. That could be going on. We're 225.84 in the stock. TC 1175. Thank you for your faith in my channel, for becoming a member. Thank you very much. Karen and Nate, welcome. Karen and Nate, becoming a member. So nice of you to be here. I'm thrilled you're here. Thank you. Gotcha guy. Thank you for this donation. $180 buy order placed. Bring on the LV. I love the show. Bring it on. I love the show. Thank you, gotcha guy. Perfectly polished with Janet. How you doing, Janet? Welcome to the show. I got ladies joining us here. This is fantastic. I have more ladies coming in. I'm so happy to see more and more females following me. I'm trying to make this a safe place as best I can, and I appreciate you coming in here. Stephen McConnell, welcome, buddy, to the show. Green is my favorite color. Blue is the correct color, by the way. Thank you, everybody. Slap Anderson, thank you, Slap Anderson, for becoming a member of the show, of the channel. I appreciate that. Gabriel Henriquez, I read yesterday that the turnover rate for GameStop was 93%, so pretty much no shares around. It's just stock trading over and over and over again, day trading over and over again. That could be it. 223 right now is where it's at. Sean, please look into your thoughts on CTRM. I have no idea at this point. John Reed, thank you also for becoming a member of the channel. I will have time eventually to get to other stocks, but today it's kind of like it's this one. Square Gravy, thank you for being here as a member. Marvin, thanks for joining as well. Appreciate this, guys, very, very much. Very exciting to watch what's happening here. Just amazing. Anthony Torres, a new member. Dave Taylor, we got Anthony and Dave coming in. 2 new members. Thank you, guys. Both of you joining virtually simultaneously. Members coming in from all over the world. We got members joining from Germany, from the UK, Sweden, Switzerland, Finland, Norway, France, Spain, Italy, all over. It's just incredible. All over Europe, all over North America, Canada, USA, of course, Australia, New Zealand, Asia. So humbled by this. South Americans are coming in here. People want to get a street, a plain English explanation of what's going on. I totally get it, and I respect it, and I'll try to deliver for you. Michael, thank you again for joining up as well. Suggestively Ninja, any thoughts on beta for GameStop being negative 1305? Nope, I have no thoughts. I honestly don't know what it means. I just don't. So I don't know. It's all I can tell you about what's happening is what the stock is doing. It's up. It's up. That's what that means. So Sullivan's Designs. How can you become a member? Just look for a join button on my homepage. If you're on a PC platform. So if you're in a Windows or on an Apple computer, you'll find the join button beside the subscribe button. If you're on a phone, go to Windows mode temporarily, and you'll find my homepage. You'll find the join button near the subscribe button. And then you can join, do that, and then come back to your regular mode, and you should be able to comment right here. From what I'm told, that's how it works. Thank you so much for asking. Derek Collins has become a member. Welcome, Derek. Thank you for joining in. Sullivan, I'll keep an eye open for you. If you're becoming a member, the band will show up, like for Austin right here, Austin Ham, and definitely want to give you a shout out if I can. I just hope I don't miss you. I know some of you today. I apologize. I've missed you, some of your joining me. I wasn't able to give you a shout out because I was explaining the failure to deliver situation that's going on, the big situation. Robert Lee, thank you for becoming a member as well. All kinds of stuff going on here. Benz is saying a beta, a stock that swings more than the market over time is a beta above 1. A stock that moves less than the market, the stock's beta is less than 1. Okay. Matt Corbin becomes a YouTube member. Thank you, Matt, for joining in. I don't know how accurate these beta measurements are. I can't speak for GameStop. I can only tell you what it's doing day to day, as I try to do, and that's all I can do. I have no more to offer you there. Just trying to follow the news and the patterns and what's happening. Yones, Uncle Bruce, I'm live from a mountain in Morocco. That's pretty cool, man. That is pretty darn cool. Market looks red when GameStop is green. Isn't that something? The Dow is up 36, okay. But S&P is down 16, NASDAQ down 115, oil is down 35 cents, and GameStop is up. What's the pattern here? Same with AMC, up 38 cents to 13.40. Yesterday, the markets were having a good day. These stocks are down. Go figure. Weird stuff. Anyway, what can I say? Congressional hearings are starting now. Good luck with all that. Want to watch paint dry? Good luck with these guys. I was watching CNBC this morning, and they had a member of I think the committee. They had a member of the committee, a Republican, of course, on the show, and they wanted to talk about GameStop. They want to talk about the whole controversy of GameStop. They talked stocks for 2 minutes, and then for 5 minutes, they talked about the Democrats and their infrastructure bill and raising taxes. Right back to the old line. They're not helping you as investors. They're not talking about investing. They're just talking about all the bad things that are going to happen if we build new roads, new bridges, new airports. I'm not even American. And how bad it's going to be because it's going to cost more. Well, duh. To build a bridge costs money. Who's paying for it? The taxpayer. No kidding, Sherlock. Like, no kidding. Taxpayers pay for bridges and roads. Exactly. Who benefits from roads and bridges? Taxpayers. How? Well, you can move goods and services and people back and forth. People who can go to work, businesses that can deliver merchandise. Taxes are generated when that happens. That's how it works. You invest in the infrastructure and then allow the commerce to take place to pay for the infrastructure. But no, oh gosh, no, we can't. We got to build new bridges, but we sure can't put the burden on the American people. Well, who's going to how does this happen? You twinkle your nose and the money appears? What? Oh my God. KW, some members of GameStop cashed in their Bitcoins to YOLO on GameStop last night. That's why the surge. Okay, I don't even know what that means. David became a member. Thank you, David. KW, I'm not sure what that, I don't know how to read that. I'm obviously lost. Sorry. It's crazy. It's crazy. Armand, just to simplify, beta just indicates correlation with the rest of the market. Zoom software is a great example of negative beta during pandemic. Everything went down, but Zoom went up. It's rare. Okay. Sullivan's Design, new member. Right on, Sullivan's Design. Sarah, new member. Right on. They're coming in. Christian, do you think there'll be a stock market crash? Nope, I don't think there'll be a stock market crash. Deb, new member. Thank you, Deb Shannon, for coming in. All the gals are coming in here. Steve, Bruce, remind us why VGAC is a good investment. Because I said so. Because the merger is going to free up $950 million for 23andMe. And there's a whole bunch of business that they're going to announce. There's a whole bunch of deals they're going to announce. And I think they're going to do a whole bunch of mergers, acquisitions, and other deals at much higher prices than $10 a share. I think so. I think so. And so you'll do well. But you've got to tolerate the shutdown. You got to tolerate the quiet period, which is right now. The quiet, they can't talk. They're in the middle of all the paperwork. The stock's down 8 cents, $10.50. Buy it. Buy it. Get your hands some Gores Holdings, GHVI, down 41 cents to $14.81. Some of you missed it. You were complaining, oh, it went to $17. I missed it. It was 11. It's 14 now. Matterport, 3D imaging software company. Get this stuff. Get it now. Sullivan's Designs. When will VGAC merger happen? It's in less than 50 days from what I know now. To any time. It's soon. It's really soon. David Lee becomes a YouTube member. Thank you, David, for coming in here. Alana Golden, new member. The thing is about the merger, I was told by all the press releases the second quarter of 2021. That's all they said. They indicated a 90-day kind of window, second quarter. That's all they said. There is no exact date I can hold them to, and you can't hold me to it. But I'm warning you. I am warning you guys, if you are pussyfooting around thinking about, oh, I might get this back, but I just want to buy it the day before they take off, because I'm an investor, but I'd rather just buy the day before it takes off. You are going to lose on this one because this stock might go up $5-6 the week before it's done. I don't know. There's no guarantees here, but I'm telling you today, I can guarantee you right now, it's $10.50 a share on VGAC. That I can guarantee you because that's where it's trading at right now. And to me, if someone called me up and said, Bruce, I'm thinking about buying 500 shares of every SPAC you recommended. Should I do it? I can wait 2 years for the payoff. I'd say, hurry up, get in there on all of these guys because at any time, the jig is up. The street out there will get it because right now the street doesn't know. This was publicly announced. Yes. 3% of all investors read the announcement. Yes. 1/10 of them cared. Yes. 1/10 of them may have bought some stock. Yeah. That's because it's a story about a merger that's going to happen in the second quarter. They just want, people are just going, yeah, whatever. I got plenty of time to worry about that stock. No, you don't. You don't have plenty of time. Time is running out on the 6 SPACs I've been talking about. And when they go, they won't wait for you. They don't care whether you buy them or not. They're not waiting for you. No stock waits for anyone. When it goes, it goes. And cry me a river if you missed out on it. So asking me these kinds of questions about, well, when do you think it'll go? When do you think the merger is going to happen? I understand where you're coming from, and I'm not teasing you, and I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm just frustrated that these questions keep coming in where, well, because I know what you're doing. There's some of you out there, I'm not suggesting anyone specifically, but there are some of you out there going, I'll buy it, Bruce. Yeah, but I'll get it a couple of days before because, I need to buy it now. Okay, it's your risk, your loss. If this takes off on you, don't come crying to me. Just don't come crying to me. What can I tell you? It's 1057. Gores is 1485. Vectors is 1172. Nav site holdings 1030. My God, what deals? Starboard 1004 and Fortress $10. I'm telling you to buy SPACs at the price they came out at because they've announced their merger with hundreds of millions of dollars of financing. And these SPACs are sitting here at 10. I don't know why they're sitting at 10. They shouldn't be, but they are. Because I think many, many other investors are just not with the program. They're not getting with the program, and they don't know about it because they didn't pay attention to the fluffy announcement that just it didn't cross their desk. Their brokers didn't call them. I'll tell you that. And you're not getting alerts from Robinhood or Fidelity or Schwab to buy these stocks. No. And what are you seeing on the mass media about SPACs? SPACs are overvalued. Shorters are looking to short SPACs. They're not looking to short $10 SPACs. They're looking to short $40 SPACs that haven't announced the deal yet. That's the ones they're going after for good reason. They haven't announced the deal yet. Those are the ones you short. I get it. But these here, they've announced their deal. They're going to merge. They're going to be cash rich. They're going to be blowing out announcement after announcement after announcement. These stocks are on sale right now, and most of the market is unaware they even exist. And there's only 6,200 people watching me right now. 6,200 watching me. That's it. I don't have 62,000 investors watching me. I don't have 6 million watching one of my shows. There's almost no one watching this show who they don't know. The street does not know that these deals are about to blow up. They don't know. They're going to find out. And the hope I have is that when they find out and want in, you're already in and you're laughing. I want you laughing when this is trading at 11. I don't want you laughing to get in at 15 and laugh at 17. I want you laughing when you get in here and it's already 11:50 and you're going, this is great. I'm already up 15% on this thing. It hasn't even started yet. Gets to 20 and you're going to hear about it from people you know saying, hey, I just heard about this company. And you're going to go, yeah, I bought it 3 months ago because I was watching stock markets with Bruce. Uncle Bruce told me about this way back when nobody cared. Yeah, that's the point. You buy when no one is watching. You buy early, you buy low. You want to get into an IPO at the ground floor level? These are IPOs at ground floor levels. You cannot get a better opportunity on an announced deal between a SPAC and a company at these prices. You are never going to get this opportunity on an IPO through a Wall Street brokerage firms. You're never getting a call. You're never getting in. The only time you can get in is when it starts trading on the open market at double the IPO price. That's when you're allowed in, and you're the sap. You're the sucker. You're the one paying the most. I keep saying it, and it's true. It's so hard sometimes being me. Oh, it's too much fun. I noticed here, I was just taking a look for, Bumble. Bumble went public at 43 and opened at 76 and went into the 80s. It's right now $70.92. It's been 6 weeks that they went public or something like that. It's $71. Anyone who bought this stock in the first day, they're down. They're losing money. The company announced record numbers just last week. They had a wonderful financial report. They're growing. They're expanding. They're doing great. You're still down on this deal because you didn't get the IPO at 43. You were allowed to buy at 76 to 80 something a share in the first couple of days of trading. That's when you were being really promoted in by CNBC and all the guys on the who went on air. All these insiders came out and talked about how great we are. It was 84.80 for the high in the first week of trading. 84.80. Someone bought it at 84.80. It's at $71. You're down $13 a share. 15% on a brand new, hot, great, growing company. You're down 15%. I'm offering the idea of saying to you, you could consider buying these SPACs around $10, $12 a piece. The only one that's expensive Gore's holding at $15. That's expensive. You could buy any of these, all of them, and I think you're going to do very nicely. Very nicely. People are asking me, when do you think it's going to happen? How much longer should I wait? Do you think I can buy it the week before? I don't want to be too early on this. There's no too early on a deal. No too early on a winner. Never too early on a winner. Thank you, everybody, for tolerating my rants. I get frustrated sometimes. It's just me. I'm just an old guy. I'm just, I hate seeing mistakes being made. These are mistakes. If you're not buying these SPACs now, you're making a mistake. You might be lucky and buy it tomorrow and get it at the same price. I get it. Maybe next week they're still at the same price. And you can say, see, Bruce, I could have waited another week because of you. Yeah, I know. But in the big picture of things, a year from now, if you didn't get these, you can now admit to yourself, I made a mistake. I should have bought that. Geez, what was I doing? Why wasn't I listening to this? This guy made sense. Making mistakes cost you money. All right. I don't know what day they'll cost you money, but they cost you money. And if you miss opportunities, those are mistakes. Don't miss opportunities. Don't miss a gift horse in the mouth. You got 6 SPACs, all seriously funded with a bunch of cash from Wall Street, hedge funds, pension funds, and mutual funds. There's no more solid money than that coming in to these brand new listings. It's as good as it gets. Okay. It gets no better. No better. That's it. That's the pinnacle of power. And all these entities would have liked to buy more of these SPACs. They wanted more. The SPAC said, no, we'll let you buy more at 40 or 50 or 80 or 100 down the road, not at 10. No more at 10. You can get in now. Mistake if you don't buy it. That's my prediction. What can I say? Anyway, thank you, everybody. David Lee, new member. Thank you, buddy. Alana, thank you for becoming a member to this screaming old guy. Do you know that some people call me slimy now? You're a slimy old man. That's what on the comments I get. Slimy old man. Don't trust you. You're a slimy old man. I shower. I don't understand. KW members of Reddit Wall Street Chat cashed in their Bitcoins. Interesting. Again, I'm not a Bitcoin expert, but there's lots to learn, isn't there? Unbelievable. Thank you to the Cab Zotus. Thank you for this donation. Movies, 2008 market crash, The Big Short, Margin Call, movies, 2021 market crash, Bagels with Uncle Bruce, Bruce the Goat. Yeah, I remember Margin Call was really cool because it shows the inside of a brokerage firm that's in big trouble. The Big Short, of course, is one that Steve Carell is in and talks about the housing crisis. And then the market crash, that is the one I think was made for television. I think it was an HBO made for television movie. Great show. Really, you got to watch it like twice to kind of, you got to figure out who the players are, what firms they're with, who the government people are, and then the whole thing. You got to watch it a couple of times to absorb. But if you can watch that, you will get a handle of the absolute panic at the highest levels of government, the Fed and the Treasury, and the big investment banks. All simultaneous panic because they all looked into the abyss and went, oh my gosh. The average guy in the street, no clue, no idea. Dat Fung, when will you adopt your own ape, Uncle Bruce? Sean, new member. Sean, welcome, man. Sean McHenry. Also to Ray Long, thank you for becoming a member as well. To the screaming guy here, A Businessman's Life, thank you for the super sticker so much. Thank you to Ray Long. Hi, Bruce, Canadian here. Can you tell me where I can buy these SPACs here in Canada? Wealth Simple doesn't trade, doesn't offer. Thanks to input. I can't understand that. I don't understand. These SPACs are listed on stock exchanges. They're on NASDAQ. They're on the New York Exchange. How can they not allow you to buy stocks? I don't get it. Switch brokers. Find another brokerage house. You cannot be underserviced like that. That is absolute crap. I just don't. How these guys have a securities license? I don't get it. I'm stunned. I'm just stunned at that. I can't. I can't put my hand on it. I just cannot put a handle on it. Ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Okay, sorry. Yeah, move on. You got to go somewhere else. Cavalieri, I want to invest in the SPACs, but I'm heavily invested in GameStop, and I want to hold until the earnings report release in the conference call on 23rd. And I, in theory, not hopping soon. Cav, again, I'm only generalizing. Each of you have to make your own decisions. Okay, I'm not saying you're not wrong, you're not right. You're doing what you're doing, and you're following what you're following. And I'm totally okay with all of it. Okay, I'm not. Again, I want to make sure I'm not mad at any of you guys. I'm just saying that some of you are in a position to make your move, and you're getting cute with it. You're getting cute because you're thinking, oh, I'll wait. Bruce, he gets all hyped up, that guy. I'll wait. I'm saying, do not wait. Don't pussyfoot on this. You get your SPACs when you can, and then just put them away, and then don't worry about the minute-to-minute stuff. Don't worry about that stuff. Just put them away. They'll take care of you. They're not going to be shorted the minute they announce all their stuff because they're not high enough to be shorted. There's not enough juice in this stock for shorters to come in and slam your stock. It's not high enough. They need to move first. By the time they move and shorters want to hit it, you're going to be laughing with profits. So not to worry. Digby, hey, Bruce, if I've got 1,000 to throw at these SPACs, should I spend it? Should I evenly split it among them? Or what do you lean towards? I would just split it into 6 pieces. Just buy 1/6 of each one. One of them will go first. One of them will go second. One of them will go last. I don't know. Spread it around. That's how I do it. Yep, that's how I do it. Mitchell, 100 VHAC, 100? 215 calls, 07, 217, 10. Love you, Bruce. Don't forget, I like the video, everybody. Bought 100 shares, bought 2 call contracts for 15s for July 16th, bought 2 calls at 17.5, expiring October. I get it. All right, it's code. I get it. Long, and long. Right on. So he's long 500 shares. 100 shares, 200 contract, 200 shares in this contract, 200 shares in that contract. This thing goes to $30. Mitchell's laughing, really laughing. Austin became a YouTube member. Thank you, Austin, so much for joining the group. I appreciate this so much. 219, 220 on GameStop, by the way. Adam, how much for you to dress up like David St. Hubbies from Spinal Tap for a video for one day? I'm sure we'll all pitch in. I love that movie. Baking bought FAII 70 at $9.99. SVAC got 47 at $10.06. NASH I got 22 at $10.29. Bargain. As far as I'm concerned, those are deals. I think you're going to be a very happy investor. As a matter of fact, you're going to be a frustrated investor. There'll come a point in time where you're going to go, I didn't get enough of any of them. I didn't get enough of any of those guys. I should have bought more. But it's all right. It's all right. Francisco, thank you for this out-and-out donation. I appreciate it. P Dub, new member. Hey, how you doing there, PD? Thank you for coming in. A Palm, thank you for becoming a member as well. Again, all of you who are just jumping in here. I'm trying to desperately keep up with you as I'm trying to handle out all kinds of information here. Angel, thank you for becoming a member. Thank you to Ian. KSS, AEO, all retail stocks I have institutional ownership of 100% games. I'm confused as to how the SEC allows this and how it happens. What the face is going on? Thank you, Bruce. Why the face is going on? All of institutional ownership. Yes. There you go. All of these shares are trading out there, and if you add up the SEC holdings, when they release. These institutions tell you you can do a Google search on any company you want, and just do a Google search and say who are the largest shareholders of any stock you want to talk about, whichever stock you want to follow, and then you'll get results from all kinds of different sites, and you can click through them. Some are just bogus, some are reasonable, some are very thorough, and you'll see this mutual fund owns 4 million shares of that company. They own 2 million. This outfit owns 2 million. This outfit. You'll see all the names, and then when you look at another company and another company, you'll notice the same names all the time. You'll see BlackRock. You'll see Tiger Funds. You'll see AGF. You'll see all the big players. And then you'll notice hedge fund names that are pretty serious in some issues of, and then you'll see the totals, and it'll say, institutional holders hold 150 million shares of company blah. And you'll go, that's interesting, because the company blah, according to my quote machine, or when I look at Market Watch, it says that there's 85 million shares in existence. How can these guys hold 130 million shares? That doesn't make sense. There's only 85 million. Where's the other 45 million coming from? And then the head goes like that, the quizzical, how's that? And then you go a little further down on your Market Watch quote, and you go, oh, short position. There's so many shares shorted. So you add that to the total outstanding stock, and it still doesn't come up to how many shares institutions have. And you're going, well, now what's missing? How can that not add up? Failure to deliver. Failure to deliver undeclared short positions everywhere, everything. And here's a comment right there that's got to make you wonder. GameStop, yeah, it's insane. It's insanity. Duluth, thank you for this donation. Mike, how do I become a member? Mike, thank you for asking. 1 second. Samuel, thank you for becoming a member. Sorry, Samuel, thank you for the donation. I'm sorry. What SPACs are you talking about? Right here. Take a look at my recommendation list here. These are the stocks I recommend you want to look at. I like these guys. The first two, GVHI and VGAC, those are the first two SPACs I recommended. And on the last four, that starts with SVAC, FAII, VACQ, and NSH. Those are the other four SPACs that I've been mentioning. Those are the six. Everyone else, I like them too. Thank you, everybody. Back to comment from Mike. Mike, you're asking me about how do I become a member? If you're trying to become a member on your phone, put your phone into Windows mode and go to my homepage. You'll find the join button there. If you're on a laptop, you'll find it. If you're on a tablet, you might have to go Windows again there. That's how you do it, just so you know, okay? And then once you become a member, I think you're good to go. You can use any device to comment and talk to us on this live show, all right? I hope that works. Keep trying, guys. Yeah, Mike, Tom's trying to help you here. Go to channel on web browser and select join. There you go. Some of the folks are trying to help you out. There's a way to do it. Vicky has become a member. Welcome, Vicky, to the show. Another gal. The gals are coming in. I love this. Thank you, ladies, for joining. And I hope you're enjoying what we're doing, and I hope you're finding it educational and revealing and interesting and disturbing, and you're full of wonder, and you're going, I learned a lot. I didn't know that. I hope a lot of that's happening to you as we're sharing together what's going on. Okay. Thank you, everybody. We've got right now 2,600 thumbs ups for this show, and I thank you very much for that. We have 200 thumbs downs. We still have haters here. We have a 13-to-1 ratio on the thumbs up to down, thumbs down ratio. If you could kindly find a way to hit that thumbs up button for me, if we can get that to 20-to-1 or 30-to-1, that would be really great. I think we will eventually get back up there again. We used to be about 90-to-1 like to dislike. And the last week has been pretty tough on this channel. We've had a lot of attacks because people just seem to think that when I express my opinion on what I think is going on, they think I am paid by hedge funds to sit here and try to scare you into doing stuff. It's just so ludicrous. It's so stupid. It is so idiotic, but it is what it is, and I'm dealing with it. Hence why we've gone to a membership format, because the attacks were just getting really nasty, and they were starting to get rather personal, and we just can't have it. So again, all of you out there, I want you to come to a safe place here where you can hang out with me, share your thoughts with me, ask me questions. None of them are dumb questions, and I'll do my best to interpret what it is you need to know with what's going on out here, and we'll move forward. We're at now 3,000 thumbs ups. Thank you. Keep them coming in, guys. If you could, hit that thumbs up button for me, and let's keep going. We're about 15-to-1 on like to dislike. Let's rocket that higher all day long, and show newbies. Come on into this channel. It's a happy place. It's a safe place. You're welcome here. You will not be attacked or savaged. It's just all we want to do. And thank you, everybody, for becoming part of this channel. I can't thank you enough. It really is a huge relief to see so many of you wanting to join and participating in the chat. The chat will never go quiet with the number of members we're getting. I'm so happy. I'm so relieved. And I know a lot of you have real legitimate questions that you want answered, and I'm doing my best to give you the answers. I'm just sick and tired of having to look over my shoulder all the time about who's attacking me now and what stupid comments are being made. It has just been ridiculous. So thank you, everybody, for these subscriptions. They're free to hand out, and they make a big difference. Okay, thank you, guys, all of you, so much. I appreciate it. All right, what else is going on here? We've got a bunch of folks watching this show this morning, which is great. We've already had over 22,000 of you come through here, which is beautiful. Love that. Also, a lot of you are sending me emails, as you always do when I'm live, and I will read them eventually as I do my best. Some of you are asking me for one-on-one sessions. I charge $400 US an hour for those, and I've got bookings now into May. I have openings, some not much in March, but I have openings in April. I have openings in May now. And if you'd like to have a one-on-one session with me for an hour, please send me a private email asking for Bruce, can you let me know when you can get a one-on-one for me? I'd love to talk to you, and I'll try to figure out how to book you in. That'll be just beautiful. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for these personal messages, sending me positivity messages and everything else, and reinforcing what we're doing is okay, and that, you know, you're with us, and you're as outraged as we are about some of these people who are attacking us for no real reason. I appreciate that. Again, thank you, all of you, so much. Also, any of you have been trying to make donations to me through my PayPal account, I thank you for that. I haven't been showing that PayPal thing lately. I've been really concentrating on trying to build the membership counts and make you aware of what's happening with the channel now that we have, in effect, limited comments only to members of the channel. And by doing so, we really believe we have found the magic formula to avoid being attacked by trolls, being attacked by haters, and having really offensive comments being attempted to be uploaded here. Between the YouTube artificial intelligence software that catches what they can catch, and with a paywall now, we're more protected. We're never fully, but it's a lot better, isn't it? And I'm so grateful to you for buying into the program. That I'm gonna subscribe to this guy. I'm gonna become a member of his channel, because his information is something I want, and I don't want him to worry about all this other crap. I just want him to talk to us about what's happening in the market and not deal with all the attacks he's worrying about. So thank you, everybody. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up button. I appreciate it. I love being able to read the chat, loving the membership mode. Thank you, Michael. This is the plan. This is the hope here. Thumbs up for Uncle Bruce. Uncle Bruce, you've been dealing with the trolls like a champ. Thank you, guys. I haven't had much sleep lately, but last night was a good night. I was in bed by 9:15 last night. I was gone. I was so tired. It has been stressful, and it's a rare day where I go to bed before Jen does. It's rare, but lately I'm in bed before Jen's in bed, and I am just been working so hard to get this to work for us. So thank you, guys. I appreciate it. How could anyone give you a thumbs down when you're giving you so much time? Like I say, you're free to watch. Anyone can watch the show for free. It's being able to comment. Just be a member of the channel and be respectful, and please keep it PG, and thank you. But there are haters out there who are still absolutely determined to ruin this channel, to in their mind, punish me for an interpretation of what they think I mean, or what I think I'm doing, or who they think I am, or what I'm about. It just hasn't been nice, and it's been very, very stressful. Why wouldn't it be? If you're a YouTuber that really cares about his viewers and the channel, I mean, you worry, and so this is what I've had to deal with this, and so you're seeing these negatives because these folks are just they're just trying to punish us. They're just trying to make it hurt, and what they don't know, or maybe they know and they don't care, is whether you give me a thumbs up or whether you give me a thumbs down, it doesn't matter. with regards to YouTube's analytics. They add them both into one number and go, oh, there's 3,500 engagements with this guy. We should promote that channel more. That's all it is. It's an engagement measurer. And whether I have a 10-for-1 ratio, a 2-to-1 ratio, a 20-to-1 ratio, a 100-to-1 ratio between ups and downs, it makes no difference to the analytics at YouTube. They tell us this all the time because creators always ask. They're always nervous. Oh, what if I get a bunch of thumbs downs? Is this bad for my channel? No, it's not. It shows actually more engagement. YouTube will spread you out even more. It's just the way it is. So, but for people's personal satisfaction, for them to go, I got this guy. Yeah, I really nailed him. That's what it is. It's a personal thing. If you really hate my channel, hit the thumbs down button twice. That really makes the point. I'm just saying. Richard Carlin became a member. Richard, thank you. Cherokee has become a member. Thank you. Annie Kang, member, new member. Beautiful. Nick, Setasak. Nick, thanks, buddy. NS is in the house. Thank you, guys. Ari, new member. Thank you, guys. This is showing the street what you think. Should he get thumbs downs or should I join this guy? And I really appreciate this, guys. Thank you. DJ Berg, hi, Bruce. Is it possible the number of GameStop shares owned by retail investors is above 15 million? What determines the number? It's entirely possible. I don't have the number because I can't give you an accurate count. I wish I could. I can only tell you that there could be 220 million shares out there. There could be. I don't know if retail investors own 50 million of them. Don't know. They could own 80 million of them. I don't know. Officially, there's 70 million. Officially, 70 million shares. 20 million by insiders. That's official. That is verifiable. 50 million free trade. Verifiable. But there's way more than that out there because even the 13F filings or whatever those are called with SEC show way more, over 150 million or more. Jason, Bruce's, Jason, thank you for this new member, becoming a new member. I appreciate it very much, Jason. Thank you. Those are my picks there that I recommend, folks. Thank you all. What do we got here? More comments as I'm desperately trying to keep up with you guys. John, regarding calls, if the strike price is 10 and the premium is 205, stock needs to get to 1205 to break even, right? Any reason not to get 750 strike at 410? There. Okay, now you're talking. Okay, so if you buy the $10 call and you got to pay 205 to get it, and it has time, then it's got a 205 time value. It's out of the money. It's got a 205 call, and I'm assuming the stock's around $10. I'm just okay. Stock goes to $12 a share. The contract still has a couple of weeks to go before it expires. It's worth $2 because the stock's at 12, and it'll have probably $1 of value on it for time. So it might trade at 3. The contract will trade at 3. Stock went up 2. The contract only went up $1. You see how you're losing on this deal? But if the stock goes to $15, the contract might be worth $5.50, $5 book value. 50 cents premium, even with a week to go, might only be down to 50 cents. Because the higher in the money it gets, the less premium. As example A, the 750 strike price. You buy the 750 call, it's only 410. It's 250 in the money, I'm assuming. It's only got a 160 premium on it. The other one has a 205 premium on it. Again, I'm assuming the stock is at $10. There you have it. So now if the stock goes to $15, the 750 call is 750 book value plus maybe 50 cents premium left on it. It's $8. You double your money. Okay, now think about this. You double your money from $4.10 to $8 ballpark, right? The other one is at $10. The stock goes to $15. That contract is worth $5 plus 50 cents premium money, $5.50. You're more than double your money. So the leverage is better on a 10 than on a 750, but the 750 has more actual book value versus premium than the 10 has, right? So now you go, oh, well, if it only goes to 13, right at the end of the contract, the 10 is worth $3. I only make $1. Where it goes to 13 on this 750, it's worth $6.50 book. I've made $2.50 profit. I made more profit on the 410 call than on the 205 call. See how this goes? Back and forth goes the speculation. Here's something else to think about. You can buy the stock for $10 or buy a contract for 410. For $6 more, you got the stock and there's no time limit. And every dollar it goes up is your dollar. So it goes from 10 to 15. You make $5 a share. You make 50% on your money, and you're still in the stock, and you have no risk for time issues. But with these contracts, you're always watching the time. So there's all this. Now, if you own the stock at now and you hold it and it goes to $15 or $20, and now you write contracts, let's say you have 100 shares, you can write a call contract against your 100 shares. Stock's at 20, you might write a 24, and you might get a $2 premium on a 24, good for a month or so. You're selling at 26, 24 plus the 2 you got, you're out at 26, you're in at 10. That might be your idea too. So there's every way to go, John, a million ways to go, John. This is why people pay me $400 an hour to hang with me and go over all kinds of scenarios on all kinds of other issues. Next Prime, glad I found your channel. Keep it up. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for this donation. We've got Bushy stuff. Thank you for becoming a member. We have Cuff Dam becoming a member. Thank you as well. Stacy Bullock is here. Welcome, Stacy, to the show and the group. Thank you for joining us. I'm so glad you're here too. All of you. Chris Bott, connectively, conjunctively, I'm disciplined here. The haters are jealous of your success. You're doing the right thing. Keep up the good work. That's what we think. That Jen and I are thinking the same thing, that, you're on the air 5 hours a day for free. You're talking about the market, giving anybody who wants to listen the story about what's going on. All they have to do is tolerate your ugly face, because it's a face for radio. They only have to tolerate this. They don't have to look at you. They can just kind of, put you on over here and just listen to what you're saying. Not even look. They can watch TV on mute and just listen to you. And it's free. And they don't have to give you any money. They don't have to give you super chat. They don't have to send you a donation. They don't have to do anything. They can just, and they can still give you a thumbs down because they hate you, but they're listening to you for free anyway. That's true. That's how great YouTube is. That's how great YouTube is. But, I'm here, and I'm doing what I can to cover the story and address your comments as best I can, and that's all I can do. The Radish brothers, if GameStop really takes off to the extent the U.S. government buys the shares at a set amount, which shareholders overseas in the U.K. still get paid, the U.S. government will never buy the stock, ever. That'll never happen. Why would the U.S. government ever buy the stock? It'll never happen. The stock will never be bought by any government agency to bail out anybody. Never, ever, ever. It'll only trade at the market between buyers and sellers. If it trades at 216 like it's trading right now, that's where it's going to trade at. It's going to trade at 250, 400, 1800, 3000 a share. It'll trade at that price. That's the law of buyer and seller. That's an open market. No government is getting in the middle of this market. No government, ever. It's not going to happen. Don't look for that. Jesse, Bruce, can you give me a reason not to do July puts on all cruise lines? Aren't their books going to be trashy by then? Look, I have been saying for a year, cruise line stocks they were only priced right after March and April when everything crashed. That they were priced right, and then they've been wrong ever since. Last summer they were too high. Last fall, over the winter, right now. They're wrong. They're wrong. And so you buy put contracts, you are asking for trouble, because the street is just not gonna sell the stock off. They just don't want to get out. There are the folks who are in to cruise down the road, or they are expecting cruising to start whenever it starts, and they're not gonna give it up. The stocks are trading at values that are unsustainable when they do sail. And when they are full again, with all their ships running, they will still not make the kind of money they used to make in 2018-19. They will not, won't, can't, and the shares are not going to trade at these, not worth fundamentally what they're trading at. But the market doesn't care, and that's the thing about this market. GameStop right now, if you sold all the assets they had, sold off the inventory, all their machinery, all their store inventory, everything, it's not worth $215 a share. Of course not. AMC at 13, 14 a share. You sold off all the seats and all the billboards and I don't know what they've got, whatever assets they got, their film machines and stuff, although they probably lease all that stuff. You sell all the assets AMC has, you're not getting $13 a share. They're not worth that. No. These companies are cash flow machines. They're cash flow companies. That's what it is. That's how they're calculated. Apple is a $2 trillion company. They don't have $2 trillion in assets. They've got $200 billion in cash. They have their headquarters. It's worth $5 billion. That only Apple can use, because I mean, who else could use a headquarters like that? I mean, it's custom built for just one company. Any company buying that building, they couldn't use that whole building. I mean, they'd have to chop it up and redo it. It's useless. But Apple's assets are not worth $2.6 trillion. If they sold everything you had, everything Apple's got, everything, even their copyrights, you wouldn't get $2.6 billion. Apple is a cash flow machine. It is a seller. It gets stuff made, it brings it in, and it sells it, and it has margins. Great margins. That's what stocks are. All stocks. Their so-called book value of most of the corporations that you're following are nowhere near what their stock prices are. Nowhere near. And if you wanted to buy a retail business, a successful retail business that you wanted to buy, you would be crazy to pay more than 2 or 3 times the earnings per year of that business. So I used to run a sports store, and if someone came into my sports store and said, "Hey, would you sell me your business?" I'd say, well, I can sell you my business in a couple of ways. I can either sell you the business for all the inventory I got and all my fixtures and the goodwill. There's a price for that. Or I can sell you my business based on the net earnings that you as an owner would make, like I've been making. And there's a number for that. And the two might be identical. The two might be within 10% of each other, but there's a number. And anyone who buys a retail store from someone else is not going to give them 10 years of earnings to buy their business. There's no way. No way. You got to get your money out of your business within a couple of years so that you can sell it to the next guy for 2 to 3 times earnings, and hopefully you've increased the earnings so that if you've increased the business by 50% net profit, maybe you can get 50% more than you paid for that business down the road. That's how this works. Publicly traded companies are trading at 30 times earnings, 60 times earnings, Amazon 70 times earnings. There's no relation to their value to a private corporation, none. And so small mom and pop pizza houses and restaurants and shoe stores and camera stores and nail salons and art shops and souvenir shops, they sell at a couple of times earnings. That's it, unless they own the building they're in. But most stores don't own the property they're in. They lease, they rent, they don't own. So that's how this works. There's no semblance. Cruise lines, their ships are worth so much money, and they're borrowing against them. But the bankers are lending cruise lines money because they are cash flow machines when the ships sail again. That's what they're betting on. They're saying, here's $55 billion of money from all these institutions for the cruise lines. $55 billion has been raised. And we know you're not going to be able to make any money until next year sometime. We'll wait. The cruisers are coming. We know they're coming. But it'll take 2023, 2024. But that's why we have these loans until 2025, 26, 2027, 2028. Yeah, by then you'll pay us the interest. You'll make principal payments. You might roll over the loan for another 5 years from 2026 to 2031. Yeah. We're here for you. We're around. But that's the banker's interpretation of that business. The shares are too high. Absolutely. Jason, I don't get why people hate on you. It's contrary opinions surely help, but so one can make one's own decision. Investor don't invest in the company. Well, that's what I thought. Until the conspiracy theories started coming out about me. Yeah, there's conspiracy theories about Uncle Bruce flying around that. Oh, I'm evil. I'm evil. Ninjim Costa, thank you for becoming a member. Thank you to Nathaniel Nielsen becoming a member. Brian O'Driscoll, thank you for becoming a member as well. Appreciate that. Good morning. I saw a screenshot of Bloomberg terminal with a beta of -8. Is this even possible? How could a beta even get as low as -8? I don't know. I'm not a beta guy. I don't know. Someone else will interpret that, but I'm not able to. Canadians are always up to something, says Jake. You guys are always, you connivers. Yeah, you're a schemer. That's what you are, Bruce. You're not fooling me. Yeah, buddy, I know what you're about. How are we doing on the thumbs up, thumbs down? Yeah, 253 thumbs downs, 3,600 thumbs ups. Please keep those thumbs ups coming in, people. Outnumber the thumbs downs by as much as humanly possible. Showing any new member, any new prospective follower of this channel, they might catch this video and go, why has he got 253 thumbs downs? Oh, but he's got 5,000 thumbs ups. That would be nice if I had that. Thank you, everybody, for kindly hitting the thumbs up button as hard and as fast as you can right now and get me over 4,000. And let's get this ratio really going our way. Just got 100 in. I think there's another 100 about to hit. Thank you, everybody, for these thumbs ups. They really make a difference. I'm not kidding. Thank you. All righty. Thank you, guys, for popping in here. $215 on the GameStop right now. $215. We're plugging away here. Thank you to folks who are saying hi to me on my email, and any of you who have been making donations on PayPal lately. I thank you for that. Right here on the stock, on the market, on our channel, Cam Hines just became a member. Cam, welcome to the show and the channel. Thanks for becoming a member. I appreciate this. Yeah, some folks are saying the hedge fund interns are giving you thumbs downs. Unreal. I want to give a shout out to the good people at PayPal. I want to give you guys a shout out. I know there are people at PayPal watching this channel and enjoying what I do. Thank you guys for being fans and your best wishes. I really appreciate it. Bruce, you got my thumb. Thanks, Justin, so much. I appreciate it. Give Bruce these thumbs ups out there, guys. Help him out. Blame Canada, says Aaron. Hedge funds, interns have shares in GameStop. You kind of wonder, right? Bruce, I'm 100 shares in on GHVI and VGAC. Love being part of the Bruce Bagel Club. Thank you guys very much. Also to Mr. T, quick technical question, Brucey. My quantum computer's vector multiplication function has failed. Should I just use the bounded matrix value for now instead? Or call a friend. Use your lifeline, call a friend, and get the answer you need to get that $1 million prize, because I can't help you there. Thank you, buddy. Trolls, salty, they can't spam anymore, laughing out loud. Free market Mason, Texas trap, exactly, especially given their stock recommended history. Those recommends always benefit shorters within a couple days after release. Jay Power, thank you. IT from PayPal sucks. Well, you know, what can I say? People are laughing. We got laughing going on. Hologram, Bruce can TR Tootsie squeeze again. What? Also, my idea was, any idea what is happening with Hertz stock? Hertz is bankrupt. I think they're filing their numbers. I think they're going to probably do a rollback of the stock. It might be that for every 1,000 shares you now have, you might have one share in the new company. It'll be a major bloodbath for shareholders. I mean, they're bankrupt. This company cannot be salvaged in its present corporate format. I'm not sure, even if the existing corporation will stay alive, it could be that the assets of the company will be sold to somebody else, including the name. Then this public corporation will die at zero, and then a new corporation will be funded and founded as a private company, will be funded with a bunch of new cash by new investors, and then down the road, 3 years from now, they might do an IPO, or they might merge it into a SPAC, and then bring it public again. But I'm not sure. But for shareholders of Hertz, I don't have any good thing to say for anybody who's in long on that stock. Get out, just get out. There's no upside here, and there hasn't been for a year. I'm just saying. I've got a startup idea, a middleman between your cash funds and PayPal called CashPal. It charges you a fee to delay your payments and holds your money in a secure interest-paying account. Exit scam. Not everybody likes PayPal. Chubby, doesn't matter if it's thumbs ups or down. YouTube goes off numbers of reactions, not opinions. It's true. It is true. Oh, man, I wrecked a Hertz car on Santorini. They only charged me $300. G-Molt, Bruce, can you explain the $10 floor on SPACs again? They go public at $10. by issuing units. They usually issue a stock with a part of a warrant, maybe half a warrant, third of a warrant, I don't know. And then they sell that at $10 each. The money that comes in goes straight into a bank account in trust. Let's say they raise $300 million. $300 million goes into trust. And then the company is looking for a deal. They're looking for a private company to merge with, to take public, because the SPAC is trading on the stock exchange. They're listed as a company with $300 million in cash in the bank. They find a company, they negotiate a deal to merge in a private company, and they might negotiate a secondary deal called a PIPE financing, which is a public investment into a public equity entity. They bring in another $200 or $300 million from Wall Street, along with the private company, all into the SPAC, all in one big happy merger. And 3 months later, it's all taken care of paperwork-wise. Shareholders have their votes for both companies. They approve the deal that lists on the New York Exchange or the NASDAQ. The name now changes to the private company because it's the bigger partner of the two. And now the public company is trading, and it's listed, and it's got in its bank account $700, $800, $900 million in cash to expand their business and grow, because that's why they went public in the first place, to raise cash to get bigger. And all their employees now have stock option plans, and they're more motivated to work even harder. None of them want to get fired because they're all getting shares and excited about the growth of this company. Yes, that's what it's all about. That's what happens at the $10 floor. If the company, the SPAC, cannot find a private company to merge into, then after 2 years of becoming public, the $300 million in the bank has to be given back, and all shareholders get $10 back for their stock because they didn't do a deal. That's why shorters don't short SPACs that trade at $10 each. It's worth $10 to the holder of the SPAC no matter what. But if it goes public and then a deal is made with a private company, then the stock could go lower or higher. I think with $900 million in the bank for, say, VGAC, for Virgin Group, with the 23andMe company with $950 million in cash, I think the stock's going to go higher. I don't think it's going to go lower. So that's my take on it. That's about it. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you to Daniel, Fab, Bruce. Cheers for all the knowledge. What's your thoughts on GameStop this Friday? $185 call with a 234 strike. Okay, you got a 185 call and the stock is at 234. I'm not sure what do you mean here? You're up $50 on the contract. I'm not sure. I'm sure. You're not explaining this quite right. The wording isn't quite right. Hi, Jen. Did we do garbage today?
It's garbage day.
Yeah, it's got to go. Got to go.
Yeah.
Are we going to do a bagel pretty soon?
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, I think so. I'm kind of hungry. Definitely looking for a bagel. I'm thinking jelly. Just grape jelly today for my bagel. The old standby, man. It works.
The traditional.
The classic. The classic bagel. Absolutely. It's bagel classic. Yeah, not bagel light. Bagel classic. Yeah, absolutely. It looks great out there, and we love it. Thank you, all of you who are becoming members of this channel. Thank you. You can use your emojis anytime you want. There's about 4 or 5 of them you can use now. We're going to add a bunch more later today and tomorrow. Also, you guys, just so you know, if you're a member, you probably know this. If you're thinking of becoming a member, you're maybe not aware. The perks that members get for being a member of this channel is you get your comments in here, of course. You get to use your emojis all you want. Soon you'll have a ton to choose from. And there will also be upcoming stock picks from yours truly. As I come up with new SPACs I like, or new companies that are doing really neat deals, stocks you should really take a look at now, you will get recommendations from me in advance because you're a channel member. So channel members get first dibs, will be alerted before I go public with my my next stock picks. You'll get a private video, a video made just for you guys that you'll get direct to you and that no one else can see, or you will get alerts, email alerts that I will do through the membership system that's YouTube has set up. So keep your eyes open for stock tips from yours truly as I see more deals coming up as members, and so you can take advantage of that any way you like. If you don't like what I'm doing, at least you got the advance warning. if you're not so crazy about what I'm talking about. But on the other hand, if you like what I am talking about, you can make your move before the street finds out. Because once I release it here, it's just out there, and there you go. Okay, thank you, everybody. Appreciate that. Where else are we at here? Eduardo, thank you. Hi from Rio, Uncle Bruce. I'm a GameStop. I'm long GameStop and BB BlackBerry. Can we have your thoughts on BlackBerry new cybersecurity business? I don't know BlackBerry. I don't know it like I know GameStop. I don't follow it like I follow GameStop. I casually look at the price of the stock. It's all I do. I do know, I'm aware of the fact that BlackBerry had been called a meme stock. Yes. But it trades under its own symbol, its own ways. It has its own business. It used to be much more valuable when it used to run the BlackBerry telephone company. Research in Motion, it was 10 years ago, 12 years ago, but they're now more of a software company. They've completely regurgitated themselves, and there's a following for this company, very much so, a very, very good following of the company. But that's all I've got. I can't give you a buy or a sell recommendation on it. It's just not. It's not something I'm following. So that's all I can tell you about it. Brian Vollmer, what happens to the SPAC ticker post-merger? That goes away, and the company will have a new ticker symbol. With 23andMe, it's going to be ME. They've already announced it on the New York Stock Exchange. So your VGAC will be ME on the New York Exchange. Easy to promote, easy to remember. So any new investors coming into ME, they won't even know about the VGAC logo. It won't mean anything to them. They won't care. But that's how you're getting in. 1-for-1 change. You're just going to go from this stock to this stock, new symbol, and away you go. New member, Silica, thank you for coming in, new member. Silica, thank you. Really appreciate that you're here and joining us today. Also to Cav, hey buddy, static transmission received. Bagel inbound, click yes. Bagel coming. Mike has become a YouTube member. Mike, you figured it out. You figured out how to do it. I'm so glad to see you here, buddy. Fantastic. Welcome to the show. He couldn't figure out how to join, but now he knows how to join. Irish, happy St. Patrick's Day, Bruce and Jen. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Bruce, get some green on or Jen will pinch you. I'm wondering if Jen's got green on. Julian Holden became a YouTube member. Julian, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the show today. Nice to see you, and I look forward to visiting with you soon. Fantastic, you're here. Sean Day is in the house as a member. Thank you, Sean, for coming in here. Adam, what do you think with some projected prices the stock FAII SAV could get within the next 6 months? Much higher. That's my guess. They can go much higher, and now it's up to you to guess how high. But I like them. KT has become a member. KT1 is here. Travis, thank you. If you support DFV, get on YouTube and watch the U.S. House Committee Financial Services streaming right now. Tune in, people. Support DFV. Right on. Hopefully that's going well. Katrina Tillinger has become a member. Thank you, Katrina. Danielle, sorry, fresh newbie here. This Friday, $185 call. 49.65 average, 234 break even. Okay, now that makes sense. So you bought it at 49.65. It's a 185 call for this Friday. I got you. So book value on the stock. Well, where are you now? The stock is 217. So you're in the money $32. I'm guessing you're trading at higher than that because you still have some time left, be it a couple of days. But this is the catch. What do you do? Because if the stock closes at 217, your contract is worth only $32 value at the end of it, and you're down money. If the stock goes to 250, you're up $65 a share, I think. Yeah, you're worth 65, you're up. If it goes to 300 by Friday, you're up 115 on the call. The call's not up. You're worth 115 on the call. You're up $65. So I hear you. This is the problem with options. Now, what you could do now, again, this is up to you. You could sell it right now. Turn around and buy a new contract, another one, 2 or 3 weeks from now. Get past the end of this month into April at least. But you might have to pick up a 190 or a 210 or a 220 for the same price. but you've just given yourself another month of time, and you're only within 20, 30, $40 of the current value. And if the stock is going to do something between now and the end of the month with all that's going on, you're around to enjoy it. And so get away from this 48-hour deadline that is coming down on you. Sell the contract, cash it in, pick up a contract down the road. That might be your best bet from a stress point of view and a smart move. The Rorschach Imperative, thank you for becoming a member. Darby Mark, a new member. Thank you so much for coming in. We got it. There's Jen. A little further. There's your hand. There's her hand. Jen is here. Yay! Thank you, Jen.
You're welcome.
Fantastic. Got me a bagel. We will survive. How you doing?
Not a spot of green on him.
Yeah, and you?
I have green eyes.
She's got green eyes. She's not going to show them to you. You just got to take her word for it. She does have green eyes. She's got green eyes. You know.
That's my Irish ancestor.
It's her Irish ancestry. She hasn't hit me yet for not wearing green, because I'm wearing a new shirt and there's no green on the shirt. I'm sorry to say. Oh, what can I say? Darby Mark, thank you for joining in with us. Caleb Jordan, thank you for coming and becoming a member. Slade Barrett, thank you too for coming and becoming a member of the channel. Sam Sung, thank you for joining in here. A whole bunch of you coming in. This is beautiful. Danielle Plam, cheers, Bruce. Is bagel still a thing? Here's one more share. Here's one share, but let's find out. We're at 217.35. I'm about to start my bagel. Christina is a new member of this channel. I'm noticing a lot of more female names coming in. Beautiful. I'm so happy. Jen will be happy. We have more ladies coming in to join the channel. We're trying to make this a safe place to be if you're a female viewer. Hopefully you will not be attacked by commenters, and I'm pretty sure you won't, because there's just a great gang of people here, and I'm really, really happy. Thank you, everybody. Bruce is going to start eating his bagel. 216.92 is where the stock's at. 217.06. Let's call it 217. Cross our fingers. Hope it goes up while Bruce eats a bagel. Who knows? Congress is talking. They're not even on CNBC. Let's see what happens with that. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby. Love it. Oh, snap. It's bagel time. Oh, yeah. It is. Eat slowly. It works better when you eat slowly. You got to vary your diet, man. I do. It's just that in the morning, I like to have a bagel. That's all. The rest of the day, it's wide open. Eggy Brown's new member. Welcome, Eggy Browns, to the group. Just in time to watch me eat a bagel. I'm so glad you're here. Oh my God, is it pistachio? Buen provecho, Bruce. Javier, thank you for that. I hope that's good. A new power is rising, says Bill. Fantastic. I hope that's working. The Dow is up 8 points. The S&P is down 23, and the Nasdaq's down 169. Oil down 83 cents. Oil is just not having a good run lately. $64 a barrel approximately for oil. GameStop 215 right now. It's going down while I'm eating a bagel, so I got to keep it. We'll fuel it up. Let's go. Remember yesterday? I was having my bagel yesterday and the stock got attacked. Maybe this is it. Maybe you folks who want to get it on the dip, maybe I'm helping you. 215 on the stock. It's down a couple of dollars since I started eating the bagel. Maybe it's going to get an attack right now. This mid-morning attack like we've been having. Maybe they'll try and drop it, and some of you can pick this up nice and cheap with your stimmy money. Just saying. I don't want it to go down, but I'm wondering. You think that might be happening? Sarge is here with a $5 donation. Unk, you might want to look into running captions at the top of the feed with your SPAC picks, hot topics of the day, etc., all that stuff. I've got so much to learn, Sarge. It's unbelievable, all the logistics I got to figure out here. Nikolai Kraft, thank you for becoming a member, Nikolai. Cody, thank you. Cody Spiro, thank you for joining in. Really appreciate you're here. It's fantastic that you joined us. I appreciate it. 215.34. Doesn't look like the stock's getting hit very hard, does it? No. 216. We need a comic book corner. Bagel spike and day trading equals gains. Hey, Miss Jen. How does an ordinary guy like me get into day trading? Not tasting trading. You better have 25,000 US or more, and have a firm that will not penalize you for being a day trader. So you want to be with the right company. You're going to have to do some Google searching on this. But you know, if you're declared a day trader and you're funded, you're okay. But if you have less than 25,000, you want to be an active trader, you better just open a cash account. Don't hit the margin button. Just be a cash account guy only. Because if you're in the margin account and you trade more than 4 a week, something like that, you could be labeled a day trader and be restricted from being able to trade. You don't want that. Thank you, 56G. We've got a new member here, 56G. Thank you. Appreciate that. Caleb, I picked up 100 Virgin Group for a steal at 1084, buying this dip to lower my cost base even further. Should I set a limit to buy it on a downswing or just lock in with a market buy? Well, you know, it's, where is it now? 1182 VACQ, and where's VGAC? Oh yeah, VGAC 1063. So, you know, it moves in pennies. I mean, it doesn't move in dollars, really. Not really, unless we've got a real bloodbath on the market, which we don't have today. So, you know, pick your spots, put in a limit buy, and if it comes to you, beautiful. You know, if it's right now it's trading at what? It's 1064. If you want it right now, put a buy order in at 264, 265. You'll probably get it. If you're thinking it might slump a little bit, put a buy order in at 261, 256, 252. You hope it'll come to you, but no guarantees. I mean, it doesn't move a lot, but it might. But on the other hand, if it goes up to 275 and you were pussyfooting around 250, 1050, too bad, right? I mean, are you quibbling over a couple pennies? I wouldn't, you know, unless you're buying thousands of shares, it shouldn't matter. Just go in there and pick it up at 1065 or something, lock it in and put it away. That's my take on it. Todd Stuff has become a YouTube member, and the shares of GameStop right now are 216.71. Okay. Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody. Welcome. $2.17 again. Yay! Wow. The volume is 8.2 million. Well, look at this. Look at the chart today. See that? It had to start, but now look at it. It looks terrible. It just doesn't it? It just looks like it's been a loser all day long, but it started with a nice gain. And so I'm wondering if this is being set up little by little. Is there a setup coming where the stock will kind of reach this range and then to get whacked? Will it get whacked by a program seller to try to crush the market? I'm wondering if that's what's happening here. The way this chart seems to be, coming out. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying, Anna, thank you very much, Anna B, for those very kind words. I appreciate it so much. And good morning from beautiful Idaho. Jane is here with 4-leaf clovers, or is that 3-leaf clovers? Thank you, Jane. Welcome, Bill, from Dan. Hologram cheesecake factory. That's the meat cake. Don't forget you're wearing green today, guys. St. Patty's Day. Professor Zora, Bruce, I'm upside down 4,000 on 85 calls on UPST for 319. Am I screwed? Oh boy. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past this market. Between today, tomorrow, and Friday, it wouldn't surprise me if these markets all went up 3 or 4% in value. Like all of it just took a shot with this increased volume, increased cash coming in, the stimulus money coming in. Between now and Friday's close, the whole market could just have a huge run, bull run. And maybe this trade you have, you'll salvage something out of it. But if you're so far gone, then I don't know. Options, man. Options are they can kill you. They can absolutely wipe you out. They can be the best trade you ever make. They can be the worst trade. If you're a seller, if you write them, you own stock and you write contracts, you're in control. Mike, you're right. Michael, it is on short sale restrict. That's why it's quiet. But if a hedge fund is long stock through another brokerage house, they're sitting on 500,000 shares over here. They piece it off to 5 different brokers. Each one sells 100,000 at market now, immediately at any price. They could drop this thing $20 a share, $40 a share, or more. It just depends how much buying support is behind these bids. That's why I'm wondering. It's up 840 here at 216. It could well be that between 216 and 200, there could be 1 million wanted right now, and there's no hedge fund with more than 1 million to knock that out of there. And they might go, oh, we can't anymore. Like where yesterday there might only been a 20,000-30,000 wanted within 5-10% of the market, and then they came in with a wave of selling that knocked it off for a while to 170 yesterday. So far today they haven't tried it, but it looks like it's just being set up for a shot. But I can't guarantee you this is going to happen. This could be George Costanza day. Everything is going the opposite. It just do the opposite and it'll be better. That's what I'm watching here. I'm just trying to watch what's going on. We got a new member, Richard the Turd. Richard the Turd. Welcome, Richard. We're in green today. Hope in Chicago they dye the river green like they've done before. How do you write and sell a contract? You need to have an account with your broker that allows you to deal in options. So you need an options account. It'll be funded from your other account if you need funds. If you hold 100 shares or more of a particular company that trades options, you can be an option writer. You can actually write a call against your 100 share position. So if you own GameStop, you have 100 shares, you can offer one call contract for any month you want, any Friday you want, any strike price you want between now and about a year and a half from now. Up to you. So theoretically, if you have 100 shares right this second and you've got an option account up and ready to go right now, you could write a call that expires the day after tomorrow. If you wanted to write the Friday 19th call, you could write one at whatever strike price you want. Now, if you offer a call that's a strike price of, I don't know, somewhere around where this market is, you're going to get some serious revenue, some premiums. But if you write a call for next Friday or the Friday after, which gives the contract more life, 8 days of life or 9 days of life and 16 days of life, you'll get an even higher premium upfront cash right now. You're selling the call short. You're selling a call. You either buy it back for less money or the call gets exercised and you have to give up your stock at whatever exercise price you wrote the call for. Plus, you get to keep the money you're getting up front right now. So you own the stock at $217. You write a call contract for, say, $240 For 2 weeks from now, you might bring in 30, 40, 50 bucks. So if you get taken out at 240, you also get to keep the 40 or 50 you already got. You've actually sold out at 280, 290. Well, if you buy them today at 218 and get taken out at 290 in 2 weeks, not a bad deal, except if the stock goes to 1,000. But if the stock doesn't go to 1,000, it's just sitting at 280, 290, and you got taken out, you made money. You can just buy 100 shares back and do it all over again. Write another contract. This time you might write a contract at 310, 320 because the stock's up to 290. Good for a week or two. You might get 50, 60 bucks for that one. You get taken out at 320 plus 50 bucks. That's a 370 sell on a $290 buy-in. Are you happy now? Yeah, you could very well be happy. But again, it might be the opposite. You buy it, you got it here at 217. You write a 240 call for this Friday, and the stock doesn't go over 240 this Friday. It just sits at 235. It's the best it can do. The contract you sold at 20, 25, 30 bucks will die worthless. You get to keep all the money, and you can write a new contract starting Monday on another expiry date. And that's rolling over your position, rolling into another deal. On the other hand, you write a contract good for 3 weeks from now at 240, and the stock is sitting here 217, and this afternoon it goes down to 185 for just a little blip, a little sell-off. And that call that you sold at 40 is trading at $20 this afternoon for like 5 minutes. And you buy that call back. Now you've bought it back. You sold it at 40, you bought it at 20, you made 20 bucks a share profit on that contract. So you cleared $2,000. Your stock, however, was at 217. It's now trading at 180. So you're down on your stock. But if this is just a quick attack and the stock later in the day is back to 215 a share again, you're back kind of where you were. You're $20 a share ahead. That call that you bought back at 20 might be trading at 35, 40 again. You sell it again. You write it again. So you're writing, you're buying back, you're writing, you're buying back. You're shorting the stock while you own it is what you're doing. But you're letting the clock be your friend, because as each day goes by, these contracts become less valuable because they're expiring soon. So that's what option traders do. That's right. Cav, why IPO with 5 million shares versus 100 million shares? Leads to high versus low share price. Then investors just buy what they want, what they can afford. Are high prices for slowing retail investors with no fractional trading. Why IPO with 5 million shares versus 100? Cav, that's an interesting question. I'm trying to interpret what you're asking me. I'm really working here. Just bear with me. I haven't shown you this in a while. Check this out.
Vad sker egentligen?
Pretty cool, huh? IPOs are initial public offerings are a different animal altogether. Some public companies will issue a lot of stock on an IPO to raise a lot of money. Wall Street investment bankers negotiate with private companies to try to help them out to figure out what their shares could come out at when they go public. And sometimes what will happen is public company is interested in going public. Brokerage firm would like to sponsor the deal, and then they have a chat. And the brokerage firm will say, look, we know your company is worth a set amount of value. It has a set value. You have cash flow, you got earnings, you've got sales, you've got factories, you have assets. We've come up with a rough number. It now depends on what the share structure is going to be like. That'll determine what your shares will trade at on the open market. Okay, so the broker is saying to the private company, you're in the software business. Okay, well, companies that are in the software business generally trade at an earnings multiple between here and here. Take a look at these competitors. Your company is worth $8 billion. Look at other companies. Here's a $20 billion company. Here's a $15 billion company. Here's a $30 billion company. Look at all the competition. These are already publicly traded. You can see how their shares trade and their PE multiple and their price to book multiple, their cash flow multiple, a sales multiple, all that stuff. Here it all is. You're somewhere in this range, except your company, we like you so much. You guys are way more efficient than most of the competition, or your profit margins are way higher because your costs are way lower, or there's something about you that will make you a media darling. Great. Now, how do we structure the shares of the company when we take you public? Because right now, as a private company, you could be held by family members, and there might only be 2,000 shares of the company that exist. And all the family members, there's like 10 of you, and each of you own 200 shares of the company, 1/10 each. That could be it. It could be that there's 1 million shares outstanding in the company. The family owns 700,000, and the employees of the company own 300,000 because they have an employee option plan. 30% of the company is held by employees and senior managers and all this stuff. And now we're going to take this public. But what we have to do as your advisor, you've got to alter your share structure, because you can't go public with only 1 million shares. And if we issue 1 million into the street, there's only 2 million outstanding. We can't take you public. You're a $14 billion company and there's only 2 million shares outstanding. That's not going to fly. So we believe that what we need you to do is we need you to be public with 100 million shares in existence, with the ability to raise another 150 million shares out there if you want to raise secondary financing, raise more money. But we're going to have to restructure your company. So everybody that owns stock now will do a stock split while you're still a private company. And so we'll reauthorize your stock from 2 million shares to 40 million shares, and then we'll issue 20 million to the public or 40 million to the public or whatever we're going to do. Usually they'll issue 10 million shares to the public if there's 40 out. If there's 80 million out, they might issue 15 to 20 million shares to the public. That's about it. The public will only own 15 to 20% of the company when it's all said and done. The 80% of the company is held by the original shareholders of the company itself, and of the company, of those guys, there's a founder, a group of founders. They own the majority of that stock, and then the employees own whatever, and there are stock options offered and all kinds of stuff. That's how you restructure it. So this IPO thing, 5 versus 100 and high price, low price, this is all predetermined by the brokerage firm and the private company in preparation of a financing on IPO going forward. Very complicated, can take months and months of discussions, and it can also take a lot of patient explanation by the public companies, SEC lawyers, the brokerage firms, SEC lawyers, the private companies lawyers, the auditors, the accountants, so that the founding members of the company, they may not be public company savvy at all, they don't understand any of it, but they know that they could go public and raise several billions of dollars to really expand out their company. So they want to go public because they want to get their hands on a lot of money, but they don't know what they're doing. So they've got advisors to advise them on the whole thing, okay? And this can take months of figuring out and calming the founder down You're not going to lose control of your company. You're not selling the company away to somebody you don't know. You will be in charge. You're still the president. You're the chairman of the board. You still hire and fire. You run the company. You will, they're calm down. But there's some private companies that will never go public. They do not trust or want to in any way give up any control of what they're about. They want to be 100% privately owned, and that's the end of it. And that's how this world works. So, okay, there it is. So each deal is a different deal. Each deal is unto itself. And the retail investor is actually not considered at the beginning of the process. The retail investor is considered at the end of the process when the brokers are saying, look, you reorganized your company and we're going to do the IPO at $35 to $45 a share. The way we're doing it and the lack of paper you're only offering, 18% of your company, 11% of your company is all you're offering. There's so little paper that you're offering to the public. This stock's going to be tightly controlled and it's going to be hard to buy in bulk, and it might trade at double the IPO price because of the lack of paper, because of how exciting you guys are. You may want to consider raising more paper because the public wants to give you more money, but then you don't want to dilute yourself. And so back and forth, it goes up and down. But eventually the IPO is set. It might be adjusted in the final days, going up from 23 to 32, gets done at 32, and the first trade is $58 a share. And maybe it goes to 100. Maybe it does. But it might come out at 75, go to 80, and then go to 40. It could do that too. All depends on how the street interprets the deal. And there's no one answer or formula for it. Okay. Moles on the GameStop. I don't know what that means. Cav, what helps dictate the amount of shares a company will decide to IPO with? What's incentives launching at a high volume, shares low volume? We're there. That's what we just talked about. Sometimes companies go public because the family that owns all the stock, they want to get liquid. And so they'll offer 15% of all the shares are available to the public to buy, but half of those shares are family shares, founder shares. It's the same as any other shares. But the family wants to sell half of their holdings, like half of the 15% is family money. The other half is to the company's treasury. So you bring in $2 billion cash, $1 billion ends up in the treasury of the public company, and $1 billion ends up in the family members' hands, because it's the first time they've ever liquidated any of their company, but they still own 85% of it and controlled all the votes, the board of directors and all the people. That is also done. There's a lot of factors that go into how IPOs are structured. T Hunter, thank you for becoming a member. Donovan, thank you for this donation. Thank you very much. Thank you to Louise, longtime watcher, first-time commentator. I like the show. I like the stock. It's my birthday, and all I want to do is go to the moon. I want to rock. Do you want to rock too? Absolutely. Rock on the birthday. Way to go, guys. 216.61. Happy birthday, Louise, says Jen and me. Stock is 216.61 on GameStop. Wally's World. Thank you, Wally's World. What kind of volume is significant with GameStop to wake up the masses, driving the price hard in either direction? Volume jumps like 10,000 shares, 20, 50. Just your best estimate from following GameStop. That's all I want to know. Well, volume today, to give you an idea, is now 8.8 million. This is quiet. The shares, if they trade, say, that's active, more active. If it's 15 million an hour, that's 100 million share day. That's activity, real good activity. If it's double that, 30 million an hour, we got 200 million shares to trade. That's big time. And that's what we had in January, 30 million an hour. We've had 8 million all day. There's nothing going on here. It's 217.61, still up 9.30 a share, not taking off, not crashing, meandering. But can it take off at any time? Yeah. Can it crash at any time? Maybe. But will it? I don't know if there's going to be a sell wave coming in today. I don't see one yet. I haven't seen a sell wave coming here. Adam, thank you for this donation. What do you think about some projected prices on the stock, FAIIS, if you could get within the next 6 months? Here's more bagel ketchup, Gen Money. Much higher than where they are now. With the deal done, they're going higher. But I'm not putting a number on it because I can't. Richard the Turd, hi Bruce, and much love from Oslo. What impact do you think Jeremy Powell's speech later today will have on stocks and bonds? The hope I have is that he's figured out what to say today to calm the market the heck down with regard to interest rates. He'll calm them down, because what he's noticed since he chatted is that Europe came out with their interest rate policy going forward, and it's much lower rates because Europe is in a recession. So Europe is going to have bond buybacks, lots of capital to go out there, low interest rates. The hope I have is that he will echo that too. But on the other hand, he just is watching the U.S. government hand out $1.9 trillion to its own citizens on the biggest stimulus program ever passed. This is going to create a massive economic windfall. And he might say, our interest rate policy is where it is now. We're going to keep rates very low. We're not going to raise rates. But the market might not believe him. Or the bond market just goes the opposite direction while he's talking, like it did the last time. I don't know. He has the opportunity, though, to calm the markets down and convince market participants that the interest rate will go lower. But I don't know if he will. We'll see. Lunchbox, I think everyone is waiting for the next week's news on GameStop. Well, again, we're waiting for Friday, day after tomorrow. We're going to see what happens here. Here we are Wednesday. I know a lot of us are thinking by now there would be a lot of action. We figured by Wednesday already there would be a ton of action on the stock. There hasn't been. It has not been active. It is now $216.85, up $8 a share, and it's not doing a heck of a lot at the moment. And so that's what's happening. What can I tell you? Again, thank you everybody for being with me today. We're 3 hours 5 minutes into this first show. I think I'm going to wrap this up here in a minute. I'm going to take a break until 3 o'clock this afternoon. When I come back to you, we'll be at the last hour of trading on the day here on the New York Exchange. And we'll be here for the first hour as well of the aftermarket. See how that does. Thank you for the 4,200 thumbs up so far. Please keep those coming in if you can. Would love to see that hit 4,500 as quick as possible. That would give us a 15-to-1 ratio against thumbs downs versus thumbs up. So please consider hitting that thumbs up button before you leave me. And then when I come back, we'll start all over again to see what we can generate. Thank you, all of you, for your support today. Welcome all new members of this channel. I love you guys. I'm so glad you're here. Such a vote of confidence for this channel. I do appreciate it very much. We'll be getting new emojis up soon. We'll do all kinds of neat things for our new members here as we move forward. I just noticed as I am yapping to say goodbye, we just popped to $220 on GameStop. It just popped up a little bit, which is nice to see. I don't know if this is a little run or not, but it was nice to see it pop to $220, up $12. The high today, 231 is the high, 231.47. Volume now 9 million. That's all, and we're at $220 a share right now. And now 219, 220 is where we're fluctuating. So a little push came in. Let's hope it runs all afternoon. We'll close it. We'll do the last hour this afternoon and see where it wants to take us. I'm more than happy to follow it. AMC is up only 16 cents, $13.18 a share. It is not having a big day today. It had a good start and it slumped ever since, and now flatlined here. So not much to get excited about. Unfortunately, it is not doing very, very much. That's where I sit, where I see from here. Marvin, thank you for becoming a new member. Marvin Viejo, nice to have you here. Thank you, all of you, for becoming members of the channel. And keep an eye open for your exclusive videos. You might get one this weekend. You might get one early next week for stock picks. The new stock picks that I'll come up with, you will get first dibs. You'll find out about it first as a member of this channel, because you'll be given an alert. You'll be given an alert by this channel that there's a video for you to watch as a sponsor member. And you can check out the any new recommendations I make for new stocks that you should be following. And one of the advantages of being a member, membership has its privileges. How about that? Okay, guys, thank you very much. I'll see you at 1 o'clock Eastern. In the meantime, I will keep an eye on things, see what's going on, and we'll see where we can go. Okay, guys, thank you, guys. I catch you later, Daddy-O. Thank you, guys. Talk about the cars in the back of your set one of these days. I'm kind of looking for a car at the back of my set. I know there's some photos back there. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. Okay. I got you. Okay, good stuff. Thanks, guys. Take care, Bagel King. Canadian mining stock faves, please. See you later. See you soon. See ya. Goodbye. Bye. Okay, guys. I'm off. 219 on GameStop. Keep going, GameStop. To the moon, please. I will talk to you soon. Bye.